Alright, hello. I'm running late because I got distracted. It's also raining viciously outside, so let's hope, knock on my fake wood here, that the stream does not crash during this, but that's okay. If it does, I mean, I guess I'd be sad. Alright, so controller. There we go. The controller work. It might be a little sniffly. I was outside today too. And then I'm cold. I'm very cold. What happened last time when we played this? We played as Edward's dad, and then we played a little bit as Edgeworth, and there was a gas attack, and we saw Larry. I think that's about it. Anyway, April 2nd, 11:15 a.m. Zodiac Hall, Foundation Room. What did Gummy have to say? He said that the autumn wing is actually quite wintry, huh? I don't get it. Oh yeah, and we sent Gumshoe into a room full of toxic gas. I'm wondering what it could mean for myself, but it's a bit hard to tell from out here. We should try to get in there as soon as the police are done with their investigation. Amen to that. We need to see what the deal is for ourselves. Is there anybody else who might know something in the meantime? Oh yeah, there is one guy. Miles' best bud. His what? Ugh, we have to, and I guess we have to. Gotta talk to Larry. There he is. Wait, that's... Hey, didn't expect to see you here. You're looking as fresh-faced as ever. Yeah, long time no see. Larry, right? So, here's the deal, okay? I'm Laurice right now. You see, I'm also a bit of an artist. Hello, Wordy. Hedgeworth, Larry the cable guy. So it's your alias. I like it. Good to see you, Laurice. I always knew you were a nice, thoughtful kid. Unlike some people. I have some questions for you, Larry. What the? How am I a suspect? Just because I found the guy, that doesn't mean I did the crime. I never said you did. I just need you to tell us what you saw. You said you saw something awful. How so exactly? Hello, Zarda. Hello, Belle. Mary Maurice, yeah. Look, I didn't see anything, and I didn't do anything, okay? I don't think I did anyway. That... I didn't see anything and I didn't do anything. I don't think. Oh, Chief. You didn't sound too sure of yourself at the end there. There's something you should know about him, Fender. When something smells, it's usually the butts. We've been saying that about Larry for 26 years now. His ability to attract trouble is legendary, for want of a better word. His ability to cause trouble, too. I suppose I'd better find out what he did this time. By the way, Larry, we saw the guy that, tried to convict you of murder, too. Hello, Bledia. Fender, I just met her. I hardly even know her. Oh, we're logic chesting him? Chesting? Can we keep that as a what? The Fender one? One of my best freaks? My best freaks. One of my best friend reeks. Our aim is to uncover anything that Larry might be hiding. However, I didn't see anything, and I didn't do anything, and you can't prove otherwise. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh. It's just a famous Ace Attorney quote. It's almost impossible for him to keep his cool. I'll need to bide my time when he gets agitated and wait for him to calm down. Let's start by asking him to go into detail about what he's doing here. He shouldn't prove to be too much of a challenge, so let's get this over with. Why are you here? Why exactly did you come to the gallery today? What kind of question is that? What? You think I don't belong in a gallery or something? Yeah, you don't. Bide my time. I don't know what it is. Mind chess, yeah. Hey, if you're gonna ignore me, then I'm gonna paint your portrait. And when I'm done, I'll scribble all over it. I think he's still agitated. I'm joking, okay? I never scribble on one of them pieces. How could I? They're valuable artworks. According to you, perhaps. I imagine I might struggle to agree. Oh, laugh it up, funny guy. Luckily, some people actually believe in my work. She's called Lulu, okay? And she says my pictures are masterpieces. Literally, you just have to ignore Larry and then he'll be like, okay, I'll spill the tea. She's called Lulu, okay? And she says my pictures are masterpieces. So if she likes something, I'll draw it for her. Anything at all. And where is this Lulu? How come you're here alone? What? A guy can't be apart from his girlfriend for 1 second? I have my own life too, you know. Fine. Lulu said she's a Gemini, okay. Oh no, she's one of these girls. You listen to someone, they'll just say shit they would not otherwise true. So I thought I could do a sketch of the statue to show her on our date. Oh, I thought like she was gonna say I'm a Gemini and I don't know. Whatever. Oh no, a zodiac girly. And I expect you're pretty proud of the sketch? Not so much this time actually. But you know, it being her sign and all, I thought maybe she might kinda like it. So you're here for the Gemini sculpture? Huh. How very like you to try to tell me nothing and give so much away in the process. So to summarize, you came here today to draw a sketch of the Gemini statue for your girlfriend Lulu? What? How did you figure all that out? From your incessant prattling, you just can't help yourself, can you? Fine, then I won't say another word. Larry may want to keep his mouth shut now. I'll have my answers one way or another. Let's ask him what he did after he arrived here at the gallery. I couldn't read it. It will soon see you be sighing. It's just a matter of time. But you did Alright, tell me what you did once you arrived here. What's the big idea? Why are you staring at me like that? I don't remember. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I didn't know what was there. I just kind of hung around by the fountain. You didn't get a pamphlet? You didn't receive a pamphlet when you paid your entrance fee at the reception desk? Huh? You mean entry isn't... It's not free to get in here? Larry... What? Larry... He just walked right in. Hello, Treg. Criminal. You didn't pay upon entry? You mean to tell me that you entered without paying? I'm sorry, okay? I wasn't deliberate. There wasn't anybody at the reception desk is all. So I thought entry must be free. Miss Bound wasn't at the reception desk? You're saying Miss Bound wasn't at the reception desk at the time? Yeah, but it looked like there was maybe somebody in the little room opposite. Interesting. According to Detective Gumshoe, Miss Bound had to enter the security room to activate the sprinkler system. I expect she wasn't at the receptionist desk because she was busy responding to the incident. And right after she finally got the place open for business too. Poor Judy. The Winter Wing, the gallery's greatest attraction, and it's gonna be ruined now. You know a lot about the Winter Wing. You say you don't have a pamphlet, and yet you seem to know all about the Winter Wing. For example, that the Gemini statue you came here to draw just so happens to be in said room. Therefore, it was your intention to visit the Winter Wing all along, wasn't it? Wow, how did you get me again? Fine, you're right. I came here for the Gemini statue. And yeah, I came here to visit the Winter Wing. I won't deny it. Larry's not one to confess so easily. And again, he's always imagined to surprise me in unusual ways. Let's see what more he can tell us about the Winter Wing. Winter Wing. Oh god. Oh. You give me a tongue twister. Tree we see T means 3. Tree we see T means 3. Yes. Bought an expensive, pretentious art gallery and immediately started painting. What a god. I expect even Larry has found his feet a little by now. I'll have to watch his reactions more carefully and see what information I can glean from him. Oh god. I'm done with you. Did you enter the Winter Ways? I'm done with you. Go home. I should have picked that to see what would happen. Larry, be honest. Did you enter the Winter Wing? What is that? Is that a suspicion I see in your eyes? I tried to get in there, sure, but... You mean you didn't go in? You tried to get in, but you couldn't? Yeah, exactly. I wanted to get in there, but that old guy came out and fell onto the ground, and Like I said, it was all pretty shocking. The victim prevented you from entering? So you were unable to enter the winter wing because the victim emerged and collapsed in front of you. Why does he bully the butts? He just has some kind of distaste for him. Yeah, he came out of the winter wing door and then went down he went. Huh? But wasn't it the autumn wing that the victim came out of? If that stupid poison gas thing had never happened, I'd be in there happily sketching away right now. Larry seems to have the autumn and winter wings mixed up. Regardless, it seems his aim really was to make a sketch of one of the statues. This could be a useful clue. I'm done with you, go home. That's it, I'm done with you, Larry, go home. You sure? I mean, I'll totally leave if that's cool. I was just thinking of dropping by Lulu's anyhow. No, wait, I didn't mean... My mistake. Seriously, Edgy? I really think it's time you started taking responsibility for the stuff you say, don't you? Oh, scolded by Larry? Forgive me. Would you mind giving me just a little more of your time? If I have to, I guess. Maybe you could sweeten the deal with a free dinner? Ooh. Hello, Ado. We look at Larry and say, I can fix him. I don't think he's fixable. Every time he comes into a new game, his attorney game, it just gets worse and worse for him. Very well. I must be more careful about what I say. Okay, I get penalized. But okay, it was worth the penalty. What did you see in the winter wing? What did you see in the winter wing, Larry? You don't let up, do you? I told you I didn't see anything. Galleries are nice and all, but I kind of changed my mind once I got there. I mean, here. Then I go meet my girlfriend instead. I think it's time to deploy my clue. So what became of your sketch? Didn't you say you came here to make a sketch of one of the statues for your girlfriend? You gave up on that a little easily, didn't you? Surely you saw something, even if you were distracted by the victim's collapse. Well, I did not see something, but that doesn't prove I did see something totally terrifying either, does it? He's trying to get into his butts. I can't fix him, he can ruin me. Okay. So you saw something totally terrifying. What, were you blinking too hard? Were you blinking too hard this photo? Really, Larry? You couldn't at least try to make this a little harder for me. I put it to you, Larry, but that you did, in fact, see something totally terrifying. How do you do it, Edgy? Are you some kind of mind reader? Fine, I guess there's no point trying to keep it a secret any longer. I'm not sure there's much point in you trying to keep any secrets, given your track record. It wasn't exactly the most, edifying use of my time, but that's checkmate. I couldn't help staring at that Gemini statue. My eyes were drawn to it. You keep talking about a Gemini statue. But there's no way you saw that. You think you saw. It's simply not possible. What do you mean? You think I saw a ghost statue or something? Larry's still, laboring under the misconception that he was looking at the winter wing. This piece of evidence shows us what Larry was really looking at. He was looking at the documents.
Take that!
This piece of evidence shows us what you're really looking at. You, might want to get yourself a new sense of aesthetics, Edgy. Or, I guess I could teach you a few things. Okay. Oh, I guess it's the pamphlet. Okay. I wasn't sure. Take a look at this pamphlet. The autumn wing features the sculptures depicting Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. Not only that, but I've seen the statue depicting Gemini in the winter wing myself. Which means that whatever you saw, it can't have been a statue of Gemini. Guess that makes sense. Oh, I didn't see that. So he probably wait. What the fuck wing did he go into? Maybe he saw Pisces? The only other two thing. But Take a look at this pamphlet. Every college. I think. Why is he not more surprised by that? It did seem pretty weird, now I think about it. One of the two people did look like a goddess. So the other stuff, I guess that wasn't my imagination either. Other stuff? You're interested in it, too, aren't you, Edgy? Great, let me show you. Show me? What exactly? I drew a picture of it all. Got the whole scene down exactly as I saw it. But I'm still not sure. I'm still not that confident in my work, so, well, I want to see. Really? Alright, here. Either gonna be the most crude drawing or the most beautiful. I was gonna say, it's either gonna be the most, like, crude drawing. I couldn't remember Larry's art skills, if they were good or not, but... Well, what on earth? It's grotesque. You're trying to tell me that the statue was crying tears of blood? I have to say, Loris, it's pretty scary, right? Because it was scary. It was supposed to be a statue of Gemini, but it ended up turned into a goddess right before my eyes. It freaked me out so bad I screamed out loud. So he wasn't reacting to the victim collapsing in front of him after all? Wait, when you say it turned into a goddess, what do you mean exactly? What do you mean? What do I mean? The bottom half was suddenly a fish. That's what I mean. Goddess with a fishy bottom half? Sounds like Pisces to me. I heard it's all based on this legend of a goddess and her son turning into fish to escape some baddie. Wow, really? I thought Pisces was just two plain old fish. Edgy, do you think the statue's cursed? I mean, tears of blood, turning into a fish. That's some pretty cursed stuff right here. There, don't be a fool. Imagine you simply mistook one statue for the other. Oh, look at you, tucking it carefully into your organizer. Huh, I simply thought I might have a use for it later. Maybe in the bathroom. Maybe in the bathroom? What does that mean? Why would you wipe your butt cheeks with that beautiful piece of art? You're the worst, Edgy, the worst. Kind of freaky deaky though, huh? A statue. Oh, I thought he was talking about Edgeworth wanting to use the picture for a bathroom. Kind of freaky deaky though, huh? Statue with a bottom half that changes shape. I'm pretty keen to find out what went down in the autumn wing, aren't you? I suppose I am, yes. Could there be some kind of trick to the Pisces statue, perhaps? Yes, Edgeworth speaking. I'm just about done in here, sir. There's no danger from the gas anymore. You can come in now. Thanks. Good work, detective. What if he goes in there and it's not safe and he goes and all the air leaves Edgeworth's lungs and he dies? It'd be really funny. Anyway, it seems it's finally safe to enter the autumn wing. The good detective sure has impeccable timing. Come on, let's go take a look. I want to see this Pisces statue. You're going in there, Kay? Maybe I should come along too. Did you really think I was going to leave you out here on your own? I know better than that. Alright, everybody. To the autumn wing. Here we are at last, and it really does look a lot like the winter wing. I just want to see the comparison to, Glad you can make it. Hey there. You're, Harry, was it? Good to see you, Harry. No, for the last time, the name is Laurice. Detective, your report, if you don't mind. Yes, sir. Okay, so first off, found a blowtorch. The nozzle was still warm when I found it, so I guess, it was used pretty recently. Huh. Is somebody using it to heat something? Was the stepladder already like that when you entered? Yeah, guess it was used by whoever let out the gas. The gas was inside the case. The gas was inside the case until someone opened the lid. Oh, is that so? The Pisces statue. Huh? You're sure up on your constellations, sir. You know what the one in the other one case is too? This is the autumn wing, so I imagine it should be Capricorn. Guess there's no fooling you, sir. I thought it was supposed to be Taurus. A weird cloth that's draped around it kind of tripped me up. Isn't that a piece of luminous cloth from way back when? What's that doing here? Now we have evidence from the IS-7 incident too? Just old. Did they not take this evidence into the police? Did they just leave it here? Gumshoe just standing in the room while they play mind chess. I don't know what the joke behind. I don't even. Is it like the axiom? Deoxium? Oxium? Deoxium? Nim? Deoxnim? Supposed to be. I think it's more that this new evidence that also helps the cold case, I guess. Donim? Isn't that like French for the second name? Getting educated. Hold on. So I'm guessing... Oh, this is the picture. Okay, interesting. Taking a look around. Seems there's a piece of luminous cloth on each of the other cases too. Yeah, and that makes me want to see what's hiding underneath real bad. Sure, let me whip them all right off for you. Wow, they're beautiful. So the transformation Larry witnessed, could it have been the moment when the cloth around the Pisces statue lowered half fell away? See, Edgy? See? I wasn't imagining things and I wasn't mistaken. Okay, so wait. I guess, I don't know. Ugh. Listen, Milester, I think we can all agree this room is fishier than a bucket of fish. My hunch is that somebody deliberately tried to make this room look just like the Winter Wing. Yes, I was thinking exactly the same thing. They even covered the statues up in such a way as to make them look similar. With a cloth over the bottom half of Pisces, and Gemini statues look almost the same. Ditto for Capricorn. Cover his bottom half and he looks pretty much like Taurus. The other two can't be fixed easily, so covering their cases up completely was the only answer. So somebody went to some lengths to disguise the Autumn Wing as the Winter Wing. Winter Wing. Also, welcome in Kiang, by the way. I'd say that... Oh my god, I can't read today. I'd say we need to take a closer look at things in here. Wouldn't you, Fender? Hello, too cute. Oh my fucking god, it's this fucking kid. The twink and his fucking mom. Mr. Winter and Judge Gaval. No, not you. I'm talking about this kid right here. This guy on the screen, not you, too cute. And this dinky ass clown music. No, I said what is he doing here? This guy, yeah, it's fucking dinky ass clown music. Where it came out was that she was literally his mom. I mean, she pretty much is like mom energy. She talks over him. She gives off mom energy. I mean, she definitely has mom energy. Handler. That's fucked up. He's not some like animal. He's not some like creature. I mean, I guess he could be. What the heck are you guys? Wait, I can channel my inner British. Not entirely accurate. I could do his little like little. I can't do it right now. You're the last thing I need. This is my scene. You hear, Mr. Edgeworth? It seems I have failed in my duty yet again. I pray one day to make you see that your presence is not required at every crime scene. He just happened to be here. Ugh. And that co-opting the good detective for your own ends is neither right nor good. I will have to give serious consideration as to how the goddess of justice will have me judge you. You got it all wrong. It was me who asked Mr. Edgeworth to help, not the other way around. It was? Well then, you know what that means, Detective Flatfoot. Chaperone, handler, part animal, like part fish. This kid, he ain't even worth. He ain't fish. He's just. I don't know what he is. He just exists to like I don't know how to describe him, but he just exists. Like just listen to this music. I mean, Crumb, does this make you think of Wild when you hear the song? This is like Wild's theme. Oh, you mean? Exactly. Your, salary check is taking a hit. I can't do the British anymore. You don't like how he conducts himself? Yes. Bet you're looking forward to the payday now. Heh. Always wanted to say that. You don't get to listen. First of all, don't mess with Gumshoe's paycheck, but also that's Edward's job. Man, getting a wage cut from you of all people? Yeah, that's like an insult to get a wage cut from him. It's the theme that plays at Wild C-word exhibit. Not so fast, Mr. Winner. I was simply assisting with the police's investigation as a witness and a bystander. Detective Gumshoe is entirely in the right. Oh, is he, huh? So you're saying I should give him a bonus instead? That's not what I'm saying. Wow, Edgeworth. You don't even know. Yeah, he doesn't file his own taxes. The judge does it for him. The judge puts him as a dependent on her taxes, even though they're... Hey, I wouldn't mind a little salary bump. Your compassion and generosity are truly heartwarming, Eustace. But we must take into account past transgressions and when making judgments that concern the future. And I hereby judge Mr. Edgeworth and his associates unfit to tread the hallowed ground of the scene. What? But we only just got here. The Goddess of Justice has conferred her blessings on Eustace and Eustace alone. By which you mean this is Mr. Winner's case? That's exactly what she means. It's time for the warm-up act to get off the stage. After all, I saw this one already. I have a suspect lined up and everything. Bro. You just walked in the door, what do you mean? It's Larry, isn't it? Oh yeah, you're right. What did you say? A suspect already? Who? Who else but your artist friend over there? Huh? Me? What's going on? Wow. As if, like, who else would they blame, to be honest? Your guess is as good as mine. I can't even begin to imagine how the boy's mind works. I mean, like, he's not wrong to, like, immediately just, like, point the finger at Larry, though. Like, I'm sure Edgeworth would, too. I mean, Edgeworth kind of would. Yeah, he would. Unsurprising that you lack the attitude to understand the winning mindset. Lack the attitude? Something tells me he doesn't know the real winning turn of phrase. He is kind of fishy, yeah. I hear the main suspect in this case is one of the most shit, it's Larry, isn't it? It's gonna be... that is actually... I wonder if someone made a meme of that. Like, they could do that with Larry, they could do that with Maya. The suspect in this case. It's gonna be Maya, isn't it? Fucking Larry. Well put. I just want to call him useless. Because that's what his name is. I just want to call him useless. But anyway, Mr. Edgeworth does indeed lack a certain aptitude. I thought he said attitude. Yeah, he said attitude. But he meant aptitude. Yeah, exactly. Where's your aptitude, smart guy? Wow, he's totally shameless. Underestimate my information gathering skills at your own peril. I mean, you kind of suck at it. Before we came, you didn't know what a metal detector was, so. Before we came here, we dropped by the medical room to ask the doctor there a few questions, and he told me where the poison gas came from. And where might that have been? It was, it's this chemical you find everywhere. Can't think of the name just now, though. Wait there a second. Let me just call him real quick. Perhaps I can answer your question while Eustace is on the telephone. Why let him make the call if you know the answer? The gas was created by mixing two specific chemicals. Ubiquinum and astafloxacin. You and ass, okay. What kind of chemicals are they? My brain is too fried today to try to read big words. Ubiquinum is a red liquid. Used in all manners of everyday products, paint, dishwashing liquids, among various others. On its own, it's entirely benign. So it's something anyone could get their hands on. Precisely. But the same cannot be said for asphyxion. He definitely failed the reading comprehension section of the act. I failed it too. That does sound nasty. What is it used for? It is the main ingredient in a product called Infesticide Ultra. Whoa. That sounds like death. I don't know why. I don't know what I was gonna say, and it's the first thing my head came out. That sounds dangerous. Whoa, guys. Whoa. Mind blown. That sounds like dangerous. I was like a YouTuber. It was like the pointing at the screen on the Infesticide Ultra, and I'm like, oh, poison? The Goku transformation means it kills things like pesticides. Yeah. She looks like my Mia Fey. Asking for— yeah, that wasn't a question. You were just making a statement. Too cute. It is pure white in color and is unavailable to the average consumer. In fact, it is nigh impossible for members of the public to obtain it here in this country. As such, we are currently investigating where it might have come from. That's probably the red that Larry saw. Or homicide. Poison ass. Poison ass. I'm back, and I know the name of the chemical now. Don't waste your breath. Judge Gabel informed us already. Huh? Oh, great. That makes this quicker, I guess. So the source of this gas, blah blah blah, is used in the paint and stuff, right? And there was somebody here at the gallery today who brought paints with them. Your friend, the artist. You can't accuse me just because of that. Objection to the paints on that palette in your hand. G, is this kid okay? He seems a little... Say it, Larry. Say it. Say the word. Say it. Just say it. Okay. I mean, that is homicide. Homicide? Like Homo sapien? True. Also, welcome in, Gabe. Happy Catterday. This is a real— I know the word, but I can't say it. Craig is good. Indeed. I haven't known him long, but he's a little prone to jumping to the wrong conclusions. They don't want to say it. They're beating around the bush right now. Hey, quit talking about me like I'm not even here. Ignore them, Eustace. They're simply intimidated by you, nothing more. Why not give them yet another reason to fear you with one of your winning deductions? Winning? Yeah, good idea. Get a load of this, losers. Winner's winning deduction. Our friend the artist here won the race to find the victim and was the first on the scene, correct? And the gas the victim was poisoned with is made from ubiquinum, which, as we know, is found in paint. He was carrying paint on his person, and he was the one winning stride away from the victim, which surely makes him the winner on our list of suspects. Right, Gavel? You think so too, right? It is a possibility that certainly can't be discounted. Well, would the artist like to share his version of events? Did you leave the red paint at the scene of the crime? Or something more sinister? The catalyst for a cloud of toxic gas, perhaps? I think I might have left my heart there, you know? And you might have picked it up. Larry, no. I would be careful what you say to me. My gavel is already primed to deliver a guilty verdict. Larry's like, let me hit my way out of this. Yes, it is. That's why it's called homosexual. Ignore him, please, Your Honor. It's for the best.
Objection!
Quick stalling. You can't run away from the fact that my reasoning is flawless. So admit defeat and crawl on out of here with your tails between your legs because I win. I have better things to do than pick holes in your faulty logic, but I don't suppose I have much choice. I know, he's trying to win out of this. Our friend the artist here won the blah 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 blah.
Hold it!
I'll be the first to admit that he's something of a suspicious character. First to admit? Are you trying to beat me to it? But you can't because I'm the winner. I'm the first rate always, huh? I'm a first rate artist, you say? Larry, I don't need you to make this any more convoluted than it already is. Please, Mr. Winner, just continue.
Hold it!
Yeah, she is. We do indeed. It seems it's found in a number of everyday products. Right, which makes your friend Paint pretty darn suspicious. But isn't it only found in a bunch of other stuff too? She has a winning point, I guess. Right, Gavel? I suppose she does. As I said, Eepwabweekawekaba is also found in dishwashing liquids, among other things. Alright, he was popping... those Tide Pods. In other words, paint isn't the only possible explanation. No, but just listen to the rest of my amazing deduction, will you? Some people pay good money for that. They do. Oh man, I see. So that's why it's called. But... oh yeah, same. Because I was like... I don't know, words. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay.
Hold it!
It's by no means certain that the paint was the source of the poison gas. Ah, well, it's by no means certain that it wasn't either. Was that supposed to sound clever? Copying Mr. Edward's speaking style isn't a shortcut to looking cool, you know. You make it sound as if you think there's something wrong with how I speak. Anyway, to bring it all home, my winning deduction shows he had paint, and he was the closest to the victim. We do combine, yeah. Uh-oh. My mouth bleeding? I think my lips bleeding. My lips are so chapped. I'll get chapstick later. My lips are just really chapped. I went outside today. We had a festival on my street. Well, not like a block away or something. And I went out there, but it was like freezing cold and windy. And did not help my very chapped lips. No, I'm not ill. My lips are chapped. I have There's 1 drop of water left. I drank the 1 drop of water. I'll get more in a second. It surely makes him the winner on our list of suspects. I will. That's really all you're basing your suspicions of Mr. Butts on? What? You have a problem with that? Then show me some proof, loser. Put up or shut up. He's literally asking for it, Mr. Edgeworth. He is. So let's find the right piece of evidence and really give it to him. We know that Mr. Winter isn't much of a listener. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Winter isn't much of a listener. And we also know that his reasoning is likely to be based on a flawed assumption. Yeah, he even phoned the other guy and he still got it wrong somehow. Let's get this over with as quickly as we can. It's a waste of all of our time. A stark shade of blue. Being around such a common color from time to time might do me some good. Jeez Louise, Miles Sereno, talk about corny. You could fill an entire extra large bucket by yourself. That's rich coming from you, Fender. These must be the switches that change the color of the cloth. Let's see if they work. Well, the cloth has certainly changed color. It's glowing with a pale blue hue, and according to Detective Gumshoe, this is what it looked like when it was still draped over the statue. Indeed. But what does this have to do with the case? We're gonna find the fuck out. Like your boyfriends? Yeah, I don't think anyone would want him. I'm not sure. Gas was produced when bright red was pure white were mixed together. Well, according to the picture, it looks like but I don't know. I don't think anyone would want him. Yeah, I don't think anybody would. Hello, Cyber. Would you want him as a lawyer king? Would you? Really makes him the winner of our list of suspects. He was carrying paint on his person and he was the winning stride away from the victim. I mean... Okay, that's not it. I love how he had to have Gavel confirm for him. It's going. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to think because I'm like, am I like thinking too hard again? Probably. Schedule it. Bye. Really makes him the winner. I mean, he drew it.
Objection!
No. Okay. Ow. Unless it was...
Objection!
Okay, it's not it. Okay, I'm checking. Because I don't get it. He confuses me. This kid confuses me. I did. I was thinking too hard. He said that it's only being made from one thing, but it's made of two things. I thought he was just talking about the paint, like the one part of it, but I was overthinking it. Okay. Your deductions are anything but winning, I'm afraid, unless you're looking to win a prize for incoherence. The hint was at the end that he doesn't listen, and here he was only listening one ingredient to the poison and not the second one. And I was thinking too hard. I thought he was just talking about why he thinks it's Larry because he had the paint part of it. But yeah, anyway, so you agree to deserve a prize. What you deserve is to be set right. The gas came from within the case containing the sculpture of Pisces. It did, and it was created by the artist guy. When the red paint that we know is full of yeah, that thing. Allow me to offer you a bit of advice, one prosecutor to another. It always helps to listen carefully to others. The gas is created when the blah 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 is mixed with another substance. Acid fit the bit. And paint containing the whatever alone wouldn't create any kind of gas at all. It wouldn't? I thought they said that the guy was asphyxiated with... So you're telling me all this was based on mishearing the forensics report? Oh my god. Oh. You know, honestly, I would do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, I hate to say, like, I would do the same thing. Ubiquium. It's okay, you can tell me how to pronounce it, but the word's too big and I'll probably forget it. Ubiquium. The little winner in us all. Yeah, this one was only in Japan. They had a fan translation, but yeah. His name, so a lot of their names were different. You can train the big words become smaller. But my brain is too small. Not many words can fit. The gas had already done its work by the time Mr. Butts found the victim. Perhaps it's your own aptitude you should be worrying about. My aptitude? What does that even mean? You literally used the word 5 minutes ago. It means one's ability, or how suited one is to a particular task, Eustace. And attitude, the other word you misused only minutes ago as well, is another thing entirely. I get what you're doing. You're making fun of me again. What I am doing is demonstrating that you do not have the aptitude required to head up this investigation. Before you go any further, you might wish to consider some of the flaws in your statements. What flaws might those be? Firstly, that you cannot prove your artist friend did not enter the Autumn Wing. And secondly, that you cannot prove the red paint did not have something to do with the crime. But the paint isn't important on its own, surely. What's important is the combination of red, ubiquium, and white asphyxion. How exactly were the two substances introduced to one another? Surely we need to figure that out before anything else. Indeed we do. And that is what Eustace will be investigating next. Or what he would already be investigating had you not been here making needless trouble. We are not here to make trouble. Quite the opposite, in fact. We're here to help. Are you saying you know how the gas was made? I don't believe you. We can certainly point you towards a vital clue as to how it was done. He is bluffing, Eustace. Ignore him. It's fine, Gavel. He's clearly lying. Might as well let him talk himself even further into a corner. If you are sure. Come on then, show me what you've got. What shows how the gas was created?
Take that!
You're saying this somehow shows us how the chemicals were mixed to make the poison gas? Heh, that's exactly what I'm saying, yes. Thank you for noticing. Well, they do say I have a good eye. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Give this kid a dictionary. He needs a dictionary. He and I both need a dictionary. You're pretty good. Thanks. Your English is pretty good. I always say that even though English is my first language, it's not native to me apparently. The red tears, Mr. Buttsall. That was ubiquum. What? Wait a second. You're saying the statue cried the stuff out? What? So our culprit is some kind of evil spirit? How much time am I going to have to waste taking him through this step by step? The red tears alone would not have been enough to create the gas. They must have mixed with something else inside the case. What? What evidence do you have that that's what happened? The evidence is right there in the sketch I just showed you.
Take that!
The Danganronpa blood. Observe the pool of pink liquid beneath the Pisces statue glass case. This clearly shows that the two chemicals mixed. Wait, I don't get it. How does that prove that some ubiquum mixed with some asphyxion? Is 3 languages stacked on top of each other, wearing a trench coat, trying to sneak into an adult movie theater? True. I have no idea. I haven't been in school in the last 10 plus years. We have an artist with us. Why don't we ask him? Larry, you claim to be something of a painter. I imagine you have some experience mixing colors. What happens when you mix red and with white? Are you telling me he didn't know that when you mix red and white, it makes pink? Oh my god. Don't treat me like a dum-dum edgy. I did graduate from junior high, you know. Any idiot knows that red and white makes pink. I mean, there's variations. You got your rose pinks and your baby pinks. That will be more than enough, thank you. Do you see what I'm getting at now, Mr. Winter? Oh, I think I do. Ubiquum is red and asphyxion is white. Mix the two together and you got pink. That's what the pink liquid is. Yes, very good. We got there in the end. He didn't know. Yes, interesting. I think you finally convinced him. Watch, Capel's gonna be like, just because red and white make pink. Mr. Edgeworth, you have raised a possibility, nothing more. We cannot know for sure that this shows the result of two chemicals that mix. She's like, it's just Pepto-Bismol that fell and spilled all over the floor, Edgeworth, clearly. And besides, the sketch you were attempting to enter as evidence was drawn by a suspect. How can we possibly hope to rely on its verticality? Vertice, not verticality. I don't know why I said that. Hey, I drew everything exactly as I saw it. A true artist never lies or embellishes the truth. Forgive me, but I did not ask for your opinion. Oof, she's a cold one, but I like it. Oh, I know. Verdussy. Verdussy. Claps like a school teacher. Good job. Good job. He's just very young and silly. Very young and dumb kid. How much of this game is just doing the Man Ray bit with the wallet from SpongeBob and Patrick? True. You may rest assured, Your Honor, that I mean to prove my theory to all of our satisfaction. It may not be wise to jeopardize your position any further, Mr. Edgeworth, especially as there is another question to which you have yet to provide a satisfactory answer. How can you prove that this man did not enter the Autumn Wing? Until you are able to, there is little more to discuss. Wait, maybe the victim could help us out with that? Mr. Gusto? He is still unconscious and in critical condition. He is? Oh. Now, if you don't mind, Eustace needs to carry out his own investigation in this area. If you would be so kind as to leave him in peace. You said hold it. Oh. For the presiding judge's sake, I pray to the goddess that you need not ever be summoned to testify. Now then, is there something you wish to say? Mr. Artist. If you could just hold that pose for a moment there, Miss Ice Queen. I am Justice Verdi Gavel, and I would be grateful if you would dispense with the childish epithets. Oh ho, finally she tells me her name. Nice to meet you, Verdi. Name's Laurice but you can call me Laurice. Weak. He needs his little nap. He needs his little snack and nap time. No. They haven't sent him to the hospital. Well, no one's been murdered. It's just a gas leak. And a guy that's, But no, Larry would never commit. Larry does not have the audacity to kill. If you could stop wasting the court's time, Mr. Deoxys? Mr. Deoxys? Oh yeah, sorry, there's something I forgot to mention. The door was locked. I tried to open it and then the old guy came tumbling out. It does appear that the door can be unlocked from the inside. However, that does not necessarily mean that it was locked at the time you claim. Without proof, your statement carries little weight, I am afraid. Well, as it happens, I can back our pal here up on that. What? Yep, we tried to come in here too, but it was just like that guy said, it was locked up tight. Ain't that so, Miles Reno? It is. I distinctly remember how it went. So, Winterwing. Yep, it's Gavel because she has a gavel. Larry saw a MILF and is about to throw away his... Yeah, true. Doesn't he have Lulu? My brain grows one wrinkle. One little shriveled winkle. Phoenix mentioned how he does keep getting involved in all this. Yeah. I don't believe it. It's locked. The gallery's open for biz, but the Winter Wonder Wings... Oh my god. Double W words really make my lisp come out. It's so bad. The Winter Wonder Wing. Oh my god. The Winter Wonder Wing. Okay, wait. Winter Wonder Wing. Okay, I just have to say it really slow. Winter Wonder Wing. Off limits? What give? Prior to the incident with the gas, it's not possible to enter this room from the outside. And what is to say that your suspicious friend was not in here with the victim the entire time? The fact that he didn't suffer the ill effects of the gas. Search him for a gas mask if you like. I doubt you'll find one. I see. Then I suppose we will have to take you at your collective word. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm surprised that they... I don't know. Didn't not, like, make him not the suspect because he wasn't affected by the gas. Anyway, that was a little too easy. Well, Judge Gavel, do you accept that Mr. Butts is no longer a viable suspect, and that once again Mr. Winter's deductions have fallen short of the mark? What are you talking about? I just need some more information, that's all. You can't blame a guy for being a little hasty with his deductions. You know, it's not cool for a prosecutor to be saying stuff like that, right? Very well, then perhaps we should call our next suspect? Mr. Deoxys, you may step down from the stand. Huh? Go, you mean? But I was enjoying our time together, Verity. Let me stick around, please. She's like, no, get the fuck out. Overruled. Show no mercy. Squish my heart into a goopy mush. I love it. Who exactly is this next suspect? Okay, before we meet our next suspect, let me get some more water. One day, Larry, one day. Alright. I got water, sparkling water, and avocado. I love... Ah! As I almost dropped my avocado on the floor. I was gonna say, I really love avocado as I almost drop it. Especially like when you are eating it at the best time. Like, I think I've gotten better at determining when an avocado is best to eat. So the last 2 days, I had an avocado yesterday and today, and they've both been perfect. There's something about an avocado. Larry, chill. Keep it in your artist smock. Keep it in there. I'm gonna open my sparkly water too. I win a free sundae? I only have 4 avocados. I ate 2 out of them. It was like 4 for $5 at the grocery store. Too bad. Actually, I don't think this is water. I mean, it's not water. Not sparkling water, it's just seltzer, I think. I am drinking San Pellegrino today. Blood orange. 0 sugar. I don't think it's sparkling water, my bad. It's just sparkling juice. I drank like pretty much anything now. It's like one that I had, whatever's like on sale is what I'll buy. So like 1 week it was like, sorry, I'm gonna eat my avocado before I keep reading. Like called like Polar or something. What else is there? Bubbly? What I'm thinking of? I think bubbly. I've had another one. I think it's normally from Aldi, but I can't remember. I don't have an Aldi's near me. Not yet. I think they're gonna be making one soon. Or making one. They're opening one. They're building it. Alright, who exactly is the suspect? Let's find out who the suspect is. Oh. Pharmacist. Felicia Scone, my bad, not Stone. Your artist friend may have struggled to lay his hands on a bottle of Infesticide Ultra, but someone in her line of work would surely have a better idea of where such a thing might be required. The court hereby calls for a 10-minute recess. Eustace, you will go and fetch the suspect. Your winning smile will bring her running, I am sure. My winning? Of course, Gavel. Let's go get her at once. Hey, Detective Flatfoot, you carry on investigating while I'm gone, okay? Sure. Stone of Scone. Is it possible? Could Judge Gavel have suspected Miss Scone from the start? Now that you mention it, she wasn't helping Mr. Winter like she usually does, huh? What exactly is your angle here, Judge Gavel? To be continued. Oops. He's got puppy energy in a way he needs constant attention and validation. He does. April 2nd, 12:05 p.m. Zodiac Call, Autumn Lane. They sure are taking their time. I thought this was supposed to be a 10-minute recess. Sorry to keep you losers waiting. But wait no longer. I won a race to find Felicia Scone, and here she is. Hello, dears. She's British, too. This lovely young man said you wanted to speak to me. Felicia Stone, purveyor of the most wondrous wares. I can't keep doing this because I go back to a southern accent. Pharmacists that can offer at your service. Felicia to my pals, and even Miss Delicious to some. You can call me the winner, and I'll call you whatever you want, okay? How old are you again, kid? Yeah, don't. You're still 17. Don't do that. All right, Winnie Pooh. Winnie Pooh. Whatever you say. It's lovely to meet you, dearie. So much for call me the winner. Oh, have we met before, young man? Haha. Get a load of this, Alicia. That's Miles Edgeworth, Gregory's son. Well, I never. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miles. He smiles. Ugh, if you must address me by my given name, it just Miles will do. Oh ho ho ho, Greggy Pegleg's boy, all grown up too. Make me feel my age, why don't you? I wonder just how old she is. Eustace, I believe we have some questions for our pharmacist. Oh yeah. What brings you to the gallery today, Miss Scone? Why, I came to see our dear old Moody Judy, of course. We've been fast friends for 18 long years, and no one's going to stop me visiting her now. I understand that you helped look after Mr. Gusto in the immediate aftermath of the attack. Oh, I didn't do much, really. I just whipped up a quick antidote for the dearie old doctor. Wow, you can make an antidote just like that? Oh yes, dear. As long as I have the right ingredients, I can throw together just about any medicine you like. It certainly helped that the medical room was well equipped, though. We were much better off treating him here than losing vital minutes taking him to the hospital. Anyway, we did what we could. The rest, well, that's up to him. And do you know the victim, Miss Delicious? Oh yes, well, sort of. It's been 18 years since I last saw him. Apparently he's famous these days, one of the best confectioners in the world, or so they say. Interesting. So he's a well-known public figure. Oh yes, dear. He was on the news and everything. Confectionery crafting king of the world, they said. Wow, so the old dog really went to Zhangfa and upped his game, just like he said he would. Perhaps if we could proceed to the matter at hand, Miss Scone. Are you familiar with a substance known as Infesticide Ultra? Of course, dear. You use it to get rid of you-know-whats. Oh, it's awfully strong, though. That's why they don't sell it in the shops. Might I ask what you mean by you-know-whats? The little blights that frighten the life out of poor innocent ladies like yours truly, that's what. Ghastly little creatures running around people's nice clean kitchens and terrorizing them. Okay, so it's bug repellent, basically. Oh, I get it. Those. Thank you, Miss Scone. One more question, if you don't mind. Are you aware of what happens when the chemicals of asphyxion and ubiquium are combined? Oh, yes? It's right there in the Infesticide Ultra instructions. Do not mix with products containing ubiquium ever. Because if you do, they react with each other and make a horrible poisonous gas. What was it again? Effects of inhalation include respiratory complications and, well, death. Poor old Gusty very nearly didn't make it. To make that much gas, you need, probably 500 milliliters of each chemical, I'd say. She certainly talks like a skilled pharmacist. Ubiquium, awfully thick and sticky, and it heats up very quickly indeed. It's also bright red and smells minty fresh. Oh, and cheap as chips. That's why they use it in everything. Asphyxion, more watery, and it's white in color. That will do, thank you. You are clearly well informed, Miss Scone. As well as I should be, dearie. After all, Infesticide Ultra is made by the company I work for. Oh, but before you get the wrong idea, they don't go around handing out free samples. As I say, it's awfully, terribly dangerous. You couldn't buy it even if you wanted to. Yes, Miss Scone. Very interesting indeed. I think that tells us all we need to know. Strange. I thought she suspected Miss Scone. Something in that smile makes me wonder if she has some other angle in mind. What is it, Detective Flatfoot? Any developments to the report? Yes, sir. Turns out the sculpture's glass display case opened from the top. Huh, that's rather unusual. And the temperature inside can be adjusted too, all the way down to 0 degrees. The Pisces case was kept at 26 degrees. Dang near got my hand stuck to it. We're lucky you escaped alive. Anything more relevant to the case? Yeah, they found something on the underside of the top part. They found something on the underside of the top part of the Pisces case. Traces of ubiquium. Oh, now we're talking. That's odd. If there was ubiquium stuck to it, it should have stayed stuck. After all, at 26 degrees, it would have been frozen solid. It would, huh? So, how did things wind up as they are now? I think Kay might be able to help us figure out just that. Or at least Mr. Thief might. Miles, I wouldn't be flaunting this technology in front of Gavel and Useless over here. You guys are that desperate to get on my good side, huh? Fine. I don't know what the heck you're talking about, but take it away. I can't believe I'm taking orders from this guy. But whatever, anything for the truth. Before you get too carried away, The goddess of justice has no need of your help. We will find the truth ourselves. Ouch. Why so frosty, Judge G? Your baby prosecutor just gave us the big thumbs up. What's the issue here? Oh, wait. Don't tell me the committee has some kind of dirty little secret it doesn't want us to find out. I am not required to explain myself to you. But if you feel that you absolutely must participate in the investigation, perhaps you can prove to me that it will be worth our while to keep you around. What exactly does she have in mind here? Who triggered the release of the poison gas? If you can answer this question, I will consent to your participation in the investigation. You heard the lady smiles. Somebody opened the Pisces case and let out that gas. Considering that what we've learned so far, there's only one person who could possibly be, no? Yes, the answer is indisputable. In that case, please kindly provide it now. Who released the poisonous gas? I think it's Carmelo. The victim, Carmelo Gusto, is the only person to have entered the autumn wing. Thus, only he could have opened the case. My eye. It itches. Yes, only he could have opened the case. Correct. That appears to be the only logical answer. Very well. I will permit your participation in this investigation to continue. That was weird. However, if at any point I feel that you are contributing nothing of value, you will be removed immediately. Understood. Even if Mr. Gusto did open the case, we still have no idea why. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, tell me what you want to see. Let's use the data we've collected to recreate the scene before the poison gas went off. On it. Like, I literally would not be showing this to, like, these two clowns over here. I'm pointing as if you guys can... Gavel and Eustace, because... I don't know. What if they steal it? Eek! Don't scare me like that! So this is what you were talking about. You're Mr. Thief. Let's begin by examining the Pisces sculpture. There's a generous amount of ubiquinum frozen to the underside of the top part of the case. Yeah, which is what's keeping that lid on real tight. The actual glass lid is all cracked though, right? Somebody really went to town on your little house there, huh, Pisces? And do we have any idea of how the glass lid might have come to be so cracked? Well, it doesn't look like the outer facing side of the glass suffered any damage. I see, so we have a cracked piece of glass that we know was ice cold on its inner facing side. And we know that it wasn't damaged in any direct way on its outer facing surface. Thoughts? Ice cold. Makes me think of the way you glare at people, sir. Cracks. Makes me think about those deeply etched lines on your forehead. It was cracked by heat expansion. Applying heat to ice cold glass from the outside will cause it to crack. No, I think they were onto something, Edgeworth. Huh. Well, I appreciate the science lesson, but why is it all heat cracked in the first place? Probably from the torch. Why indeed, a heat crack lid, lined on its other side with frozen ubiquinum. You look like the cat that got the cream, Miles Areno. You know what happened, don't you? I certainly do. And what's more, I know that Mr. Gusto opened the case. What? But you didn't give me a chance to figure it out first. It would have been quite the wait. Well, don't keep it to yourself, Edgeworth. I want answers. How did Mr. Gusto open the case?
Take that!
The blowtorch showed signs of having been used recently when it was found here in the autumn wing. I think it's likely that it was used on the glass lid, causing it to crack. A blowtorch? Who uses a blowtorch to open a glass case? Oh, I get it. Mr. Gusto was trying to melt the frozen ubiquinum so he could open the lid. Indeed. No, you beat me to the answer by a second, but we'll see who wins in the end. Don't try and tell us you nearly had it. You didn't have a clue. Nuh-uh. It was Edgeworth making things hard to understand. Okay, would you mind updating the recreation so that Mr. Winter can follow along too? Sure. Just for him. Alright, here it goes. I love that Larry is like sketching everything. He's probably like, oh my god, I must create art. Mr. Gusto was alone in the autumn wing. And while he was in here, he used this blowtorch to melt the frozen ubiquium on the underside of the lid. Uh-huh. And the ubiquium melted and mixed with the asphyxion, and that was already present inside the glass case, thereby producing our poisonous gas. When Mr. Gusto had finally managed to open the lid, he would have released the gas and poisoned himself. He made it as far as the fountain room where he collapsed. So he opened the case and out came the gas, huh? It seems we got there in the end. But why the heck a doodle-doo did he want to open the case in the first place? I'm not sure. In fact, we don't even know what his ultimate goal was. I'm thinking he might have come here for the same reason I did. Check out not the autumn wing, but the winter wing. You remember, right? I thought this was where the winter wing was when we first got here. Caught you out too, did it, my little Eddie Lumpkin? Blah, blah, blah. I was ever so confused, what with it being where Chillywink's room was all those years ago. There's even the same little trees in front of the blessed door. Who wouldn't be all at 6s and 7s, eh? Did everyone involved with the IS-7 incident make the same mistake? I think we need to go and take another look at the winter wing. Time to see how quickly I can convince Mr. Winter, I suppose. Eureka! Ladies and gentlemen, I have the answer. The answer to... what exactly? The man was going to end it all. A dramatic words. A dramatic exit stage left, sort of artsy-fartsy farewell. Have you been listening at all this whole time? At my level, I barely need to listen to a word, and I still understand exactly half of what's going on. Perhaps I can explain a few of the finer details to you later, Eustace. Winter's prerogative. Winter's? Sure, thanks, Gavel. Thank you indeed. I find it's always best to leave things like child wrangling to a professional. In the meantime, don't you have something to tell Mr. Edgeworth and his friends? Oh yeah, I totally forgot. What is it now? I took the liberty of investigating our friendly pink pharmacist here. Or rather, I had one of my underlings do it for me. That's nothing to brag about, you know. Shut up. Can't you see I'm talking? Anyway, let's put a pin in my suicide theory for now, yeah. I have something more important to tell you. It was Miss Delicious who set up the poison gas traps. Eek! How could you say that? I was greatly saddened to learn of this, Miss Scone. Your profession is one dedicated to saving lives, and yet you used your expertise to try to take one. I beg your pudding? How dare you? I did no such thing. Perhaps you could explain, Mr. Winter? Winter? Oh my god. Haha, you bet I can. Get a load of this. This is Miss Delicious pharmacist license, and it says it right here that she's authorized to handle Infesticide Ultra. A product that we have established contains one of the ingredients of our poisonous gas. Exactly. It's almost impossible for ordinary people to get a hold of that stuff. But Miss Delicious is no ordinary person. She's a card-carrying pharmacist. I didn't do it. This is all just a terrible misunderstanding.
Objection!
And that's not all. There was a bottle of Infesticide Ultra in the victim's pocket. Oh. And what do you know? It's covered in your fingerprints. Eek. We know that you and Miss Bound took the victim to the medical room. What better moment to slip the bottle into his pocket, hmm? No! There was only one person on the premises licensed to carry Infesticide Ultra, and that was you, Miss Scone. Furthermore, you are acquainted with Miss Bound, the owner of the gallery, meaning you would have had access to the building, and ample opportunity to prepare your trap. Oh dear, listen, you don't understand. That Infesticide Ultra was stolen from me. Lying will only lengthen your sentence, Miss Scone. I'm not lying. Oh, it's in my bag somewhere, I'm sure of it. What is she looking for? That's not it. And that's not it. That cloth looks familiar. Ah, here we go. I knew it was here somewhere. Look. And what is this? There's something written on it, I think. April 1st, complaint filed, offense theft, item stolen, and pesticide ultra 1 bottle. It's a crime report relating to a theft. A what? See, you silly billies, I told you somebody pinched it off me a week ago, no less. By which you mean to say that it was not in your possession at the point of today? That's exactly what I mean to say. I think the bottle you found might be the one I lost. I always have some in my medicine bag, just in case, you know. And I'm supposed to keep my bag locked up tight, but, well, I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. So, you just carry this dangerous chemical around. Just in case, you know, she has to murder somebody. I mean, bugs. And I'm supposed to keep my bag locked up tight, but, well, I'd forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. And now, thanks to silly old me, someone's gone and mixed up a cloud of poison gas with the stuff. I see, but why on earth would you carry such a hazardous substance around with you? Like I said, just in case. You never know when one of them might appear. You mean the ghastly little creatures that run around in people's nice clean kitchens type of them? You could just roll up a newspaper and whack! One and done. Psst, Gavel. What do I do now? Ah, of course. I think perhaps it might be wise to confirm the authenticity of the crime report, just to be safe. It can't hurt to verify Miss Scone's story, after all. She may be lying to us. Good idea. Alright, I'm going to give the precinct a call. Don't go anywhere. So, Miss Scone might not be guilty after all. Indeed, if she really were the one who set up the poison gas trap, then I highly doubt she would have used a method that directly implicates her. So, who do you think did it, Smiles? Someone with the knowledge of the victim's likely behavior, and the time and the means to prepare. 2 factors which point to one very specific person. Oh yeah? And who might that be? Don't leave us hanging, big guy. Who had the means to steal the Infesticide Ultra and dress one room up to look like another?
Take that!
Judy? Surely only Miss Bound, the proprietor of these premises, could have possibly prepared in such a way. We'll need some solid evidence to support such theory nonetheless. So, it was her, huh? Strange. Like he already knew. Phew, nice shooting, Miles Reno. I might have to make that associate position a permanent deal. That's not what I was hoping for. I'm back with results. The police have confirmed that the theft really was reported and logged. Okay. Which means they may have been a little hasty with some of our conclusions team. Oh, we may have been a little hasty with some of our conclusions team. Huh. You mean that every single one of your conclusions proved to be hogwash? No, I mean, we're only just getting started. Oh, then what's our next move? Well, first we need to go and talk to Miss Bound. And then I'll think about what to do after that. Eustace, Mr. Gusto's real destination appears to have been at the Winter Wing. Perhaps it would be worth having someone investigate that room more thoroughly. Oh yeah, we should totally do that. A Flatfoot, go investigate the Winter Wing. Yes, sir. Gavel, we're going to talk to Miss Bound. Very good, Eustace. We'll join you, if you don't mind. Look at him on his fucking little phone. April 2nd, 1:35 p.m. Zodiac Hall, Bound Room. Alright, you have your orders. Go talk to Bound for me. Hey, Mr. Winter. Aren't you going to go talk with Miss Bound yourselves? Sure, but I thought, why not let the grunts handle the grunt work, you know? Means I can just sit back and wait for the report. A winning strategy. You spoiled little... Ugh, he is so exhausting. I need a break. Huh? Something in the fountain. Is it a dead body? Eek! Oh, it's 100% a dead body. Oh. Ah, it's a body! What on earth? Order! Order in the court! Somebody call forensics! Bad news, sir! Real bad news! Order! I will have order, detective. The ice sculptures in the Winter Wing. They're all melted. They've all melted. What? Did? Huh? Say! Huh? What is the meaning of this? Now we have 2 victims? Yeesh. Talk about deja vu. It's just like 18 years ago. Even the ice melted again. Again? This is like some weird rerun. Same people, same everything. I said it before and I'll say it again. This is no coinky-dink. You're with me, right, Miles Areno? I am. And I think the answer lies in the IS-7 incident itself. In fact, I'm convinced of it. Great minds think alike. Alrighty then. Time for another trip down memory lane. Flashback time again? Had a whole group thing going on, you fucked it up. Yeah, he did. You ruined the moment. Are we playing as Gregory again? I still can't believe the IS-7 incident was Gregory's last case. Or that it's been 18 long years since. A murder at a confectionery contest, and one of the participants, no less, Artie Frost. They pulled his body out of a treasure chest that was a part of Samson Tangero's chocolate tablet. He'd been hit in the head with a large rock salt lamp and subsequently bled to death. They found the lamp hidden inside the candy castle Delicia Scone had made for the contest. Then, before anyone had the chance to investigate Mr. Frost's own room, all of his icy creations had melted clean away. 18 years ago. December 24th, 9:05 p.m. Contest venue, Fountain Room. All of Mr. Frost's work destroyed. Mr. Von Karma wasn't very happy. He told us to get out, and then in no uncertain terms. So what do we do now, Mr. E? Can't believe he just up and kicked us out. Von Karma's a total jerk. Now, Eddie. It was always the job of the police and the prosecutor's office to investigate the scene. Yeah, but he didn't have to talk to us like that. Who cares if we're cops or attorneys? We should all be working together to find the truth. You can't assume that everybody's aim's the same as your own. You may wish to expose the truth, but others might prefer to accept things as face value. Which way of thinking is right will depend on the person. But what if somebody innocent ends up behind bars because no one managed to uncover the truth? It can happen. We're all human, police and prosecutors included, which is why defense attorneys exist. Our job is to help people in such situations, to be friends to the friendless. Friends to the friendless? Now, we may not be able to investigate Mr. Frost's room as hoped. That doesn't mean we give up. You're right, Mr. E. I'm sorry. I should have thought more before I opened my big mouth. You're young, Eddie. You'll learn soon enough. I will, I promise. Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you look like you could use a little pick-me-up. I'm afraid this is all I have, but please, by all means. Oh, you're the best, Miss Bound. Chocolates added to the court record. Handmade by Bound. Rather mishappened. Incredibly sweet. Thank you. A little sugar boost might actually help, although these are a little too sweet for my liking, and a little uniquely shaped. I'm sorry if they're not to your taste. No way. They're great. They're so sweet. Hehe. You're very kind. Imagine, me of all people, a mediocre confectioner. What? You mean you made these yourself? Yes, Samson loves chocolate, so I had to learn. Keeping him supplied with his favorite treats is just one of my many duties, although he does spend most of the time coaching me on how to improve my technique. Mr. Tangero sure is a lucky guy. Getting to eat homemade sweets made by the one and only Judy Bound whenever he wants sounds amazing. I'm sorry, did you say something? Nope, nothing at all. Dear, sweet Eddie, you really do still have a lot to learn. It seems you're quite committed to the work you do for Mr. Tangero, Miss Bound. Of course, what right would I have to stay here otherwise? What do you mean by that? I was abandoned as a baby, and Mr. Tangero took me in. That's right. One snowy Christmas Eve many years ago, he found me on the steps of this very mansion. He saved my life and became the father I never had. I can never repay him. So my work for him is the least I can do, and I'll be here for him for as long as he needs me. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I must be getting old. I'm welling up a little myself. And to think today is Christmas Eve. And I can't even give him his present in person. I'd do anything to save him. Anything. You think Fender knows about what really happened to Gregory since this is after the case? I don't know. I mean, I would assume, well, when you first run into him, he kind of seems like standoffish with Edgeworth, accusing him of like just being another Von Karma. But you would think he would know that we put Von Karma behind bars back in Ace Attorney 1, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe they'll talk about it in this case. Please, if there's something I can do to help, just say it. We're very grateful, Miss Bound. Perhaps you can help us by answering a question. Do you know the victim? Not very well, I'm afraid. Oh, but if you wanted to see some of his works, I have a picture of the sculptures he made for the final. My. They're stunning, aren't they? I think they're masterpieces. Who would have thought you could make such intricate statues out of flavored ice? Samson adored them too. Oh hey, that's Taurus and Gemini, right? I didn't know you were keen on constellations in the Zodiac, Eddie. Oh, I love it. The stories those stars can tell. Take Gemini, for example. See the lyre? That's what the harp is called. And the arrow and the... Hold up. The lyre doesn't have any strings. Huh. Did Mr. Frost forget to add them, maybe? That doesn't sound like something he'd forget to do. Wait, really? But I thought you said you didn't know him very well. Oh, well, he didn't seem like the type. Seems she's got something to hide, too. You took this photograph yourself, Miss Bound. Yes, I used this instant camera here. It develops the pictures as soon as you take them. It's so useful. Oh, I'd love to see it in action. Hehe. Then why don't I take your picture? Yes, come on, Mr. E. Let's get a shot of the both of us. Well, alright then. It would be a shame to waste a good hair day. Ready? Say cheese! There, all done. And the picture's yours to keep, Mr. Fender. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's such a cool camera. Well, it's the only one we've got, so we use it for all our pictures needing taking needs. It's very convenient, but the lack of negatives is something of a shame. So there aren't any negatives for us to reference, huh? I assume Mr. Tangoro used the same camera during the contest. Yes, you assume correctly. He used it for some work-in-progress pictures of a seascape, and later to take some photos of the other contestants' works. But didn't you take a picture of the body when you discovered it? And didn't you discover the body while the judging was still underway? Ah, yes, Samson wanted pictures of all the entrants to completed rooms, but the film ran out just as he finished photographing Mr. Gusto's work. So he asked me to go put in a new cartridge. He seemed to think there should have been more shots left than there were. In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected? Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining, but he thought maybe he'd just lost track somewhere along the way. But had he really, though? I went to our living area to change the film and was passing through the fountain room on my way back when I heard the sound of something break and collapse in Samson's room. Samson? Are you in here? Mr. Frost's body was just lying there. I was in total shock. It was all too much. But I remember I called the police and then I went to tell everybody else. And the camera, it's been with me ever since. I see. I'd be grateful if you could lend us the camera and this picture, Miss Bound. Of course. Here you go. Thank you. They're bad. Miss Scone. Are they done investigating? They're done with me. That's for certain. The big meanie told me to clear off. Honestly, that Mannykins will be the end of me. The cheeks of him. Guess he got tired of people cluttering up his crime scene. Did he run off you? Oh my god, did he run you off too, Detective Bad? Yeah, Von Karma seems to think I'm a nuisance. Can't do things his way with me around. Why would Mr. Von Karma go as far to exclude his own lead detective? To forge evidence? Still, got a pretty good look at the scene. As for Gusto, he's enjoying a nice little chat right now in Frost's room. Ugh, phone. I need a blanket. I'm freezing. Whoops. My hair is all over the place. As for Gusto, he's enjoying a nice little chat right now in Frost's room. What about the fact that Miss Bound said she saw him going in there during the contest? Mr. Gusto went into Mr. Frost's room? That's right, and I have to say, he looked very much like he didn't want to be seen. I don't know what he could have been up to. Well, he's candidate number 1 at the moment, the guy who melted Frost's work. Is that really why Mr. Gusto went to Mr. Frost's room? Got a photo of the room right here, if you need it. It's all yours. Wait, what? Why would you give it to us? Do I gotta spell it out for you, kid? I'm offering to help you guys. I want the truth about this case to come out. Detective? Really, Detective Bad? Mr. Von Karma won't be happy about this. Yeah, well, I'm not Von Karma's stooge. If he's gonna stonewall my investigation, then I'm not gonna play by the book either. Can't let some pesky rules keep me from finding the truth. Now, can I, Mr. Edgeworth? Indeed. Thank you, Detective Bad. Wow, I can't believe you won him over, Mr. E. Well, I haven't the foggiest what you're all going on about, but here's to new friends, eh? It's definitely nice to have the good detective on our side, that's for sure. Alright, let's take a look at that photograph. Here. This is what Frost's room looks like right now. Yikes, there's nothing left of his flavored ice sculptures but puddles. Its floor appears to be completely covered in a pale blue liquid. I should compare this with the photos I just borrowed from Miss Bound. I assume that the unplugged power cord has something to do with all this. Yeah, once that was out of the socket, the display case lost power, and up the temperature went. It looks like they were all connected to the same power strip. Do you have any idea when it was unplugged? Nope. Still working on that. Those sculptures were beautiful. What a waste. You can say that again. I should have taken a few more bites out of them while I had the chance. So they tasted good. Did they ever? I've never tasted ices so scrumptious in all my life. Really? Man, I wish I could have had a bite. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit. Of course, that was unbearable. Salty bit? It's in the other photo you got there. This bit. The harpy thing. Gemini's liar. Wait, that's why I had no strings? Because you ate them? Oh my god, this woman is ruining everything. Her hunger knows no bounds. I didn't eat that much, you cheeky little devil. I told you, it was all horrible and salty. It's interesting that only one particular part of this sculpture tasted different from the rest. Could somebody other than Miss Scone really be responsible for eating the rest of the strings? Did you notice anything else, Miss Scone? Come to think of it, I did. There was a funny little mark on Chillywink's work. It was 2 little letters. Let me see if I can draw it for you. Here we go. Yes, it looked just like that. Almost like a signature or something. Wait. I just knew Mr. Frost wouldn't have made that harp without strings. He's not the type to skip an important detail like that. I hope you don't mind me asking, Miss Bound, but are you certain you didn't know Mr. Frost particularly well? What? No, I barely knew him, I swear. Is that so? You certainly seem to have some strong opinions about his attitude towards his work. No, I just, the sculptures were so clearly made, I didn't think he'd miss something so important. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you. You have a more personal connection to his work than I. What makes you say that? I have an item of evidence that appears to have been one of Mr. Frost's possessions, and it shares a key feature with another piece of evidence. Well, I won't know what you're talking about if you don't share. So what are these 2 pieces of evidence of yours? This. And now the second?
Take that.
Oh, wait, is he the designer? Miss Scone found 2 letters carved into Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. I think they were a signature of sorts. After all, it's not unusual for an artist to initial their work. I guess not. That's right, dear. It's just like you said. Chillywink's statue had the letters PH carved into them, plain as day. PH? Shouldn't it be AF? You'd think so, but take a look at this. It's the seal we found at the crime scene. It seems reasonable to assume that it fell from Mr. Frost's pocket, and when pressed into the surface of an item, it would leave behind the letter PH. The same pottery mark we see imprinted on the bottom of the items in the tea set. The same pottery mark? We have already established that the tea set is the work of the sculptor Paul Halleck. From that, we can assume that these same letters would mark any item out as a piece of his work. A fact of which you are well aware, correct, Miss Bound? Well, yes, I know that he always marks his work with his initials like that. He's never revealed his true identity in public, so it's the only way to know his works are truly his. You mean Paul Halleck was... That's right, detective. Artie Frost had another identity. He was no ordinary confectioner, at least as far as Miss Bound was concerned. For you see, Mr. Frost was in fact an extraordinary confectioner. Famed sculptor. Mr. Frost was in fact none other than famed sculptor Paul Halleck. Whatever. What? Mr. Frost and Paul Halleck were the same person? Whatever, I'm probably saying his name wrong, but it's not like the marks hard to copy, though. Anyone who's seen it could fake being him with it. Not exactly conclusive proof that Frost was who you say he was. It was proof enough for Miss Bound. That's what matters is that she believed it. His true identity will have to be investigated by the good people of the precinct. Alright. I'll have the boys look into it. I should have known I couldn't hide it from you, Mr. Edgeworth. So, you admit it. You were aware of who Mr. Frost really was. I was. When I discovered his body, I saw the seal you found. Don't ask me how, but I just knew straight away that he was my dear Paul Halleck. Imagine, his entries in a confectionery contest were his final legacy. A great man like that. And, be honest, did you enter Mr. Frost's room at any point? What? Why are you asking me that? A photograph of Mr. Frost's room. I'd like to know when it was taken. Oh, I must have gotten it mixed up with one of Samson's took during the judging.
Objection.
I'm afraid I find that rather hard to believe. You said yourself that the camera ran out of film during the judging, and that you've had to change the camera since before Mr. Tangerow had the chance to visit Mr. Frost's room. That's how you were able to take that picture when you discovered Mr. Frost's body. I suppose so. This suggests that you took only 2 pictures with the new film. One of Mr. Frost's body, and one of his room. But I have a piece of evidence that says otherwise. You do? Which piece of evidence contradicts the assumption that Miss Bound only took 2 pictures?
Take that!
The camera? You gave the picture of the body to the police and the picture of Mr. Frost's room to me. Oh, and you gave us the picture you took of me and Mr. Edgeworth, too. 3 photographs in total, and yet the film cartridge in this camera only has 3 exposures remaining, out of a total of 20. You took more pictures, and I want to know what. What of? I'll need to see all the photos you took. I know who did it. It was Delta in the living room with the chandelier. No! Hello, DS, by the way. Perhaps then we'll finally learn what you were really up to. I'm so sorry. I confess. I've been lying to you. Huh? These are all shots. Frost's room. I'm so sorry. Looks like she took pictures of his work from every possible angle. And when they were taken, the ice still hadn't melted yet. Wait, don't tell me. It was you? It was. At least, I'm pretty sure it was. You are? Why? Well, you see, I'm a huge fan of Mr. Halleck's work, as you know. I was petrified that they might be ruined, what with the investigation that was going on and everything. So I thought I should at least capture the sculptures on film for posterity. And how did that make them melt? I think perhaps I was so intent on getting the perfect photograph that I might have tripped over the power cord without noticing. My mistake? Are you sure? I didn't notice it at the time, but, well, how could I have not been so careless as to cause the loss of his final masterpieces? It seems a little convenient to me. I'm not sure I believe it, but I'm not in the position to refute it either. So sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. Please don't worry about it. The important thing is that you told us the truth. What he said. No hard feelings, Miss Bound. Thank you. Mr. Edgeworth, picture is yours. Hope it helps. I mean, she's sus too. Now, everyone's fucking so suspicious. Are you infernal nuisances still here? You don't know when to give up. Linger as long as you like. The answer is still the same. You are not part of this investigation. Whether we're part of it or not, we'll uncover the truth nonetheless. It seems you don't know when to shut up either. I commend you and your stubbornness. Mr. Von Karma, I'm afraid I'm the one responsible for Mr. Frost's work melting. What? What is the meaning of this? I'm so sorry. And to you, Mr. Gusto. No concern of mine. I didn't do anything, and Mr. Von Karma agrees. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto. You went to Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why? Sure, I was. Silence. You are not to give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information. Judy Bound, you're coming with me. I have reason to believe that you are an accomplice of the accused Samson Tangerow. No, I will be interrogating you personally, so you had better get your story in order. I understand. Wait, please. I'm not done questioning her myself. And you think I care because... Ugh. Bad, Gusto, and you, Scone. I have questions for all of you, and I expect answers. Fine by me. Oh, you could at least ask nicely, Mannykins. He took literally everyone with him. Indeed. Well, I suppose that means there's a little point in us hanging around either. Perhaps it's time we got going anyway. It is rather late. I hope the snow has let up. You're right, home time. Guess my stomach's in agreement too. Haha, alright, let's go grab a burger before my own stomach starts grumbling too. Haha, sounds good to me. Let's eat up and rest up. We'll need to be fighting fit for tomorrow. We will indeed. Our first port of call will be with Mr. Tangerow. December 25th, 10 a.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Hey, it's Miss Bound. Oh, Mr. Fender. Mr. Edgeworth. I'm so sorry about what happened yesterday. She looks rather tired. Has Mr. Von Karma finished interrogating you? Yes, though he really only seemed interested in how I melted those sculptures. Are you here to see Mr. Tangaro too? Yes, I'm terribly worried about him. Enjoy the lurk, Cyber. Wait. Detective Bad's in jail. Detective Bad, what are you doing back there? Oh, just happened to be here. I'll be heading back to the scene soon. Not sure how anyone just happens to be at the detention center, but okay. It's specifically behind the visitors glass. Good morning. What the frick happened to him? His hair was not white yesterday. Mr. Tangaro, what happened to you? Oh no, Samson, what did they do to you? They didn't seem to want to let me sleep. I had no idea interrogations could be so involved. Sorry if I seem distracted. I think I'm a little tired. They're not letting you sleep? That's not police work. That's torture. What's going on here, Detective Bad? I'm not the one doing the interviewing. It's the guy they put on the case before me. I like Von Karma's methods about as much as you do, which is why I'm doing what I can to help. It was Detective Bad who got me out of there. I'd still be in that interrogation room right now, if it weren't for him. Bro saw the horror so bad his hair turned white. Anything for a confession. I know, damn. Detective Bad really is trying to look out for Mr. Tangaro in his own way, it seems. Alright, Eddie. Let's share yesterday's findings with Mr. Tangaro. You got it, Mr. E. The notepad is at the ready. Mr. Tangaro, we found out quite a bit if you'd like to hear it. Of course. Thank you. Are you alright, Mr. Tangaro? You seem kind of spaced out. I'm fine. I think my blood sugar might be running a little low. Samson, do we have anything that might give him a little energy boost? Yeah, the chocolates. Mr. Tangaro? You're kind of swaying all over the place. I'm sorry. Like I said, I think my blood sugar might be running a little low. Do we have anything that might give him a little energy boost? Let's see if we try to ask him. Mr. Tangaro? Okay, so he's gonna say the same thing. Okay, so we give him the chocolates. Oops. Huh? Is that chocolate? Chocolate? Chocolate! For me? Oh, those are the chocolates I wish I could just give them to you, Mr. Tangaro. The rules here don't exactly allow me to do so. Oh, that's a shame. But rules are rules, I suppose. There must be some way we can hand them to him. I hope Detective Bad is noting the meaningful look in his direction. Let me take a look at them. If they seem legit, I might consider passing them on to the suspect. Thank you, Detective Bad. My hero! I'm touched. Thank you, Detective. Yeah, whatever. Just sit tight. Karma brought out the water board. Here. You don't know how much this means to me. Yeah. Keep it down, will ya? Both of our sakes. Of course, Detective. Wouldn't wish to put your livelihood at risk. Now to sample these treats. Watch him, like, die. Detective, I apologize for putting you in a tight spot. I didn't do it for you. It was my call. Guess you're not such a bad guy after all. Oh, the sweetness. I feel like a man reborn. Aha. Were they your handiwork, Judy? Yes, how were they? Feel them melt. Soft and smooth. Chocolate that'll comfort and soothe. Ear to ear. What is he doing? Head to toe. Smile and savor the taste as it flows. Delicious. They're not exactly beautiful, but they're sweet and oh so flavorful. Thank you, Judy. So glad you like them. And I'm glad you're back to your old self. My apologies, friends. The food they serve here is just so flavorless. Between that and the lack of sleep, I was about ready to collapse from sheer despair. Wow, is the food here really all that bad? Just the usual. French fries, ham sandwich, stuff like that. Yes, and yet I couldn't taste a thing. Anyway, I'm heading back to the scene. Before you go, Detective, do you have any new information to share? Oh yeah, you were right about the victim's identity. Frost worked as a sculptor in France, where he was known as Paul Halleck. Artie Frost was Paul Halleck? Would have never imagined. I never would have imagined. So the famous French sculptor wasn't a French man after all, huh? This all would certainly explain why Mr. Halleck was such a recluse and refused to show his face in public. He was busy working on his greatest masterpiece, apparently. Bunch of zodiac statues. Guess he'll never finish them now. He never finished his greatest masterpiece? Nah, seems he was making statues for each season, but he never got around to the winter constellations. Winter constellations? You mean Taurus and Gemini? So the two he made out of ice would have completed the set. Yeah, and now they're nothing but puddles. What a bummer. So sorry. Oh no, Miss Brown, I wasn't blaming you. One last thing. Seems he had himself a bit of a spending habit when it came to his work. Every statue cost him millions to make, which means he was always strapped for cash. We're checking to see if there's any chance someone called in a debt. I guess not even famous artists are safe from money problems. You got that right. Do you have any idea why he entered the confectionery contest? None. Guy didn't even tell his family. See. Alright, I really gotta get going. I'll go fetch another guard. But I can't be hanging around here any longer. Understood, Detective. We'll see you again shortly. He's a good man. He certainly is. And an uncompromising one. Somebody who can be trusted to stand up for what he believes in. And too scare the pants off anybody new he meets. Huh. Now, you were going to tell me about what you learned yesterday. Of course, allow me to give you a full report. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for that. And allow me to apologize on Judy's behalf. I'm so sorry. That's fine, Mr. Tangrowth. As I told her yesterday, the important thing is that we learn the truth in the end. Now, do you mind if I ask you a question or two? By all means, I'll gladly share all that I can. First, evidence. Thank you for agreeing to represent me. The set of scales on my badge represent justice and fairness, Mr. Tangrowth. If you truly are innocent, justice will be served. We will see to it that you get a fair trial. But until then, I'm going to need you to sit tight and trust me. I will, and I do. Thank you. The grand prize is the title of the world's greatest confectioner. But you're already known as the greatest in the world. Do you really need to codify it into a title? It's not about that. Titles are an honor, of course. And it's flattering to be held in such high regard. But I'm in this to test myself. I can't rest on my laurels. An artist needs to grow and keep on growing. That's why I can't ever stop. I'll never stop competing with myself or with others. I see. It's a very admirable attitude. I'm not sure I see anything out of the ordinary. Mr. Tangrowth is exhausted from the interrogation. I should try to avoid causing him unnecessary stress. Actually, don't worry about it. It's not important. In fact, you can just forget about it entirely. I'll try. But you've worried me a little, I have to confess. Did you buy this teapot yourself, Mr. Tangrowth? No, it was a present from Judy. It's a Paul Halleck original. I've been a fan of his ever since I first laid eyes on his work during one of my trips overseas. He seems so delighted by this conversation. That's the camera I gave Judy for her birthday. Ah, I see. That explains why she carries it around with her everywhere. I was worried she wouldn't like it. I didn't know if it was maybe a little tacky. You can imagine how relieved I was to see her take it so enthusiastically. Probably because it was a gift from you. But I suppose it'd be quite tacky to say so out loud. Okay. It's got nothing to say about anything else, okay. Contestants. What can you tell me about the contestants who took part in the final round of the contest? Let's see. There was Miss Scone. I loved her design concept. Unfortunately, her entry was in violation of the rules, and so I had to disqualify her. Mr. Gusto's creations were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semi-final. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both counts, and there was actually something a little unusual about his entry for the semi-final as well. Which was, it tasted identical to Mr. Frost's. How? It may have looked different, but I could have sworn I was eating the same thing. Huh. And what exactly did his work look like? Oh, there should be a photograph back at my mansion. I'll show it to you later, Mr. Edgeworth. Much appreciated, Miss Bound. But Mr. Frost's entry for the finals, that was truly sublime. So you were able to finish judging it? Even though his body had been discovered in the meantime? Yes, I wasn't aware of what had happened until after I had completed my assessment. Mr. Frost wasn't in his room when I visited, so I took the liberty of sampling a bit, part of the lyre, I believe. I'd never tasted anything like it. It was a dream. I was so moved that I burst into song. I'm sorry, but are you saying that the lyre tasted good? I'd like to hear more about that if you don't mind. Oops. You're quite sure it was the lyre you tasted when you sampled Mr. Frost's work? I'm certain of it. It was part of the Gemini sculpture, which was the only sculpture in that display case. Mr. Tangerel, would you mind taking a look at this photograph for me? So the part you tried was the lyre, and the one shown here without any strings. Oh, there were strings originally. That was the part I ate. So the strings were missing because Mr. Tangerel ate them all, and he enjoyed them? Miss Scone told us she ate a part of the lyre as well, but she said it was far too salty for her to finish. Then it's true. Truth is, I've suspected for a while that there might be something wrong with my sense of taste. Something wrong? How so, exactly? It's a taste disorder characterized as an inability to detect salty flavors. Is this true? Anyone would like to Google that? I'm actually curious. They had something I didn't even know existed, that I learned from 999. Like a disorder that you can have, like, oh, I forget what it's called, where you can't, like, recognize people's faces. I think another game I played had the same thing, though. Can't remember. A taste disorder is what I call Prez's TV opinions. Oh yeah? I can Google it. Well, unless there's like a word for it, which sometimes they'll usually use the actual terminology, but an inability to detect salty flavors. It's called oh god, how do I pronounce that? Yeah. Oh, here's a video. How do I say it?
Hypogusia or
Hypogusia. Hypogusia. It's a decreased sensitivity to taste. The more we know, guys. You know. And I suspect I've been suffering from it. I eat so many sweet foods on a daily basis that it took a while for me to even notice. And there's no denying it now. That would explain why the food here seems so bland to him. What? So your taste buds are your- but your taste buds are your livelihood. Even if there were some long-term treatment option, I highly doubt a total cure for your condition exists. Nevertheless, you should put in a request to the police for a proper evaluation. Oh, that won't be necessary. I have a recipe for a cure back at my mansion. You do? I do. You can take a look at it for yourself if you like. Samson, we can't show that recipe to just anybody. Judy, Mr. Edgeworth is hardly just anybody. He's my attorney and I have no secrets from him. Yes, you're right, of course. If that is what you wish. What on earth is the secret recipe for a miracle cure that they've been hiding? Yeah, it seems like it's like a reduced ability to like taste salt. Well, I suppose I should be getting back. This also explains why he didn't mind her sweets. The sweetness was toned down for him. Alright, we'll be right behind you. Judy. Yes, Samson? There's more to life than just me. Please, Judy, think about the life you want to live, because I won't always be around. Don't say that. Without you, I don't have a life to live. So I'll be waiting, right there at the mansion, until you come home. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, Miss Bound. Judy. Whoa, she seemed really upset. I thought I saw tears in her eyes. Why'd you even say all that to her? Because I worry about her. She can't keep putting my needs ahead of her own. What do you mean? The Q collection. The candy making. It's all because she thinks these things will make me happy. She never thinks about what she wants, what she likes. I just want her to be her own person and to choose her own destiny. The last thing I want is for her to miss out on all that life has to offer because of me. I guess that makes sense. He really does see her as his own child. What parent wouldn't want their child to walk their own path? And what parent wouldn't do everything they could to protect them? I know exactly how he feels in this moment. I think I've asked you everything I can for now, Mr. Teguro. You should be getting back to the scene of the crime. Oh, you're leaving? I see. As long as his urine doesn't smell sweet, then it's fine. What if he can't detect what if he can't taste salt and he can't smell sweet things? What a cursed life that would be. I see. I suppose I'll be going back to the interrogation room for another session. Ah yes, we'll have to do something about that. You'll speak to the police for me? That too, but I'll be putting something else in place as well. An ace up our sleeve for when the time comes. I look forward to learning more. Counting on you, Mr. Edgeworth. We'll be back to brief you, Mr. Tangoro, every day. And Judy too. Thank you, Eddie. I'll look forward to it. Mr. Tangoro, your interrogator will do everything in his power to extract a confession from you. I hate to see an innocent man suffer like this. But please, you have to do everything you can to hold out. If you can, Mr. Von Karma will use that confession against you for as long as this case lasts, and it will make it that much harder for me to save you. I understand, and I'll try. I won't give up until you're out of there, Mr. Tangoro. You have my word on that. September 25th, 11:03 a.m. Contest venue, fountain room. It's bad. Thank you again for what you did earlier. Yeah, thanks a ton. What are you talking about? Huh. Hahaha, there's no need to be shy about it. Never mind that now. I'm guessing you two are back here looking to investigate some more. We are indeed. We'll need something solid if we're going to save Mr. Tangaro. Well, I hate to break it to you, but from this room, the whole place is on lockdown. What? But we need to see those other rooms. This is Mr. Von Karma's doing, I presume. Who else? I haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. You guys probably got a hand in that too. Don't expect to speak with anybody except us cops and Miss Bound. Everybody else is gone, and I doubt Von Karma will be handing out phone numbers. Is this just all game to him? Why does he have to go so far? So what's your plan of action, Detective? Same as before. Do what I can to help you uncover the truth. I promised. You have my gratitude. You have my gratitude. Just you wait, Mr. Von Karma. We're gonna beat you in your bag of dirty tricks. I just thought it was bag of dirty socks for some reason. Really wanted to say that for some reason. Detective, may we conduct a brief investigation of the area? Sure. But like I said, everywhere else is off bounds. You probably won't be seeing those rooms again. That's fine. As long as there's at least some way of continuing our investigation, we'll make do. Statue in the fountain depicts cherubs enjoying some chocolate fondue. Paul Halleck's work, apparently. Gotta hand it to him. They look so real. Detective, are you saying that you have personally seen cherubs before? Attorneys. Always poking holes in people's words. What? Did I do something wrong? Never heard of off bounds, only out of bounds, or off limits? Just how Detective Bad is. Attorneys are bad luck. Nothing good ever happens with you guys around. You trample the scene, jump to conclusions. Really think that of all of us? Me included? Not a yes, but not a no either. I'd like your opinion on this, if you wouldn't mind. I do. I don't think he's gonna say anything. Gives little doubt that this is the murder weapon. Whacking a guy with something like this makes me think it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. And who had easy access to the lamp? Our little lady friend. That's who. Something's rotten in this house of candied sweets. Huh, could Miss Scone be hiding something? Seems the culprit made sure to wear gloves. Couldn't lift squat from those finger marks. But perhaps you can extrapolate something about their owner from the size of their fingers. It's not as easy as it sounds. Sorry. Okay, so these are the same things he said before. Okay. About the case. Any thoughts on the case, Detective? Officially, as a cop, my thoughts are Von Karma's right about everything. But, as myself, I'm not happy. We need to investigate more. Here and elsewhere. I put a word in for you. With forensics. Ask the guy whatever you want. Much appreciated. I am in your debt, Detective Bad. Huh. I didn't do it for you. I did for the investigation. Excuse me, may I ask what you're investigating? Sir, I'm analyzing the found water to see what might be in it, sir. And? What did you find? Chocolate, and what looks like the kind of flavoring and coloring used in frozen desserts, sir. The composition of the chocolate seems to be the same as that of Mr. Tangaro's work, and the flavoring and the coloring match the profile of those used in Mr. Frost's ice sculptures. Those little rivers flow from all four artists' rooms here to this fountain. Guess that's how the stuff from the melted sculptures wound up in there. And that's not all, sir. We also found blood. What? Why is there blood in the water? Think back to our investigation of the murder scene, Detective. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. Right. I don't remember anybody mentioning they'd removed the blood along with the body. The victim's blood was mysteriously absent, as was the part of the chocolate chest it had pulled on. I believe that the blood probably belonged to...
Take that!
the victim, huh? I'll have the guy compare it with the blood on the murder weapon. What's that sound effect? It's a match. The blood in the fountain is frost. Why would someone want to send the victim's blood downstream and into the fountain like this? This sign shows which artist's work is on display in which room. From left to right, Mr. Tangaro, Mr. Gusto, Miss Scone, and Mr. Frost. Incidentally, this sign is also made from candy. What were they going to do with all this candy? Was somebody going to eat it when the contest was over? Probably. Moment of your time, Eddie? Sure thing, Mr. E. What's up? Oh shit, we get a real attorney's badge. I'll have one of my own one day. Just you wait and see. Well, just remember that the scales represent justice and fairness. It's not enough to simply wear the badge. Your job is to prove yourself worthy of wearing it. Yes, sir. And I should make sure to set a worthy example. This looks like a vital piece of evidence. Let me just take note. I was hoping you might have an opinion to offer. Sorry, Mr. E. It's gonna take me a while to digest this. Both he and his notes still have a long way to go, I suppose. We're gonna have to see him eat this paper multiple times. Sorry. He's gonna run out of pages. I wouldn't mind having a tea set this fine for myself. Sorry, Eddie. I wish we had something nicer at the office than bitter old coffee. My tea-making efforts are focused on at home. My son is something of a fan, you see. Don't get me wrong, Mr. E. I love your coffee. Blacker than the moonless night, hotter and more bitter than hell itself. Oh, that coffee. Strong. So strong. Perhaps I should bring some tea into the office, too. Oh, crap. Ah! Miss Scone sure had some amazing gimmicks to help make her work stand out, huh? Yes, sadly, they were all in flagrant violation of the rules. She said she loved stuff like that. Her trinkets, I think she called them. Pillows that light up, dresses that light up, sunglasses that light up. They're supposed to be super relaxing. They don't sound very relaxing to me. What? Hard to believe they're made from flavored ice. They're certainly very impressive works, but there's something about them that makes me comfortable. But what is it? I just can't shake the feeling that something is wrong here. Something that makes you uncomfortable. Oh, I get it. I guess it does seem like a waste to eat something so pretty, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Except they're not cookies. They didn't crumble. They melted not long after Miss Scone and Mr. Tangaro sampled them. That was a joke, Mr. E. Okay, nothing to say. Okay. Okay. Mr. E. Mr. Ree. About the incident. Do you have any thoughts on the case? Oh, you bet I do. Mr. Tangaro's amazing display being used to store the body. Scone's beautiful dreamscape being used with the murder weapon? Really seeing some beautiful things being used for ugly purposes on this case, huh? Ace Attorney Redding continues to be a beacon of yes, them and their little puns. Puns? Yeah, puns. I suppose we are. And to make things worse, Miss Bound seems super down. When I asked if you had any thoughts on the case, I was thinking more about useful insights. Oh, sorry, Mr. E. Did I do something wrong? I worry about you sometimes, Eddie. Eddie Fender. How are you liking your first crime scene investigation, Eddie? Oh, it's great. I've been taking notes about everything, and I'm learning so much. So happy you let me tag along, Mr. Edgeworth. So you want to be an attorney, huh? You bet I do. I'd give anything to be a hero of justice, to help the helpless and fight for what's right. First time I saw Mr. E do his thing in court, I knew I'd found my calling. You know, cops look out for people too. Sure, but I want to be an attorney. Well, good luck to you. I get the feeling Detective Bad might be pinning for an apprentice of his own. It's okay, he'll come to you soon, don't worry. It seems these instruments are used on Mr. Tangerow and Miss Bound's TV show, Bacon Bop. They're some of the few things in here that aren't made of candy. Is it just me, or does the detective seem a little disappointed? He's disappointed that it's not made of candy. There's a drum set here decorated to look as if it were made out of cakes. They must play it on Bacon Bop. Detective, about these drums, we already checked. There's nothing inside any of them. And no sign of anything having been put inside or taken out either. They're not relevant to the case. You've already done your homework, I see. Heh, I may like lollipops a little too much, but I'm no sucker. Authorized personnel only beyond this point, I'm afraid. Meaning what? I'm not authorized? Sorry, sir. No authorized personnel either. So nobody's allowed in. Let me guess. Von Karma's orders. Guy's really starting to grind my gears. There's Santa Claus. A Santa Claus statue. Is this made of candy too? That door leads to Tangerow's room. So, yeah. Could be he made that thing too. Speaking of Santa, that reminds me, I still need to find a present for Miles. Dude, it is Christmas Day and you don't have a present for your son? That's a really good line. Which one? He wanted an attorney's badge. I wonder if Mr. Tangerow would make one out of candy for me if I asked. Oh, I guess Miles ain't getting his Christmas present anyway. Ooh. That's the door to Gusto's room. I guess the candy reindeer is meant to show the way. Big antlers like that. Must be a bull. I think not. Male reindeers shed their antlers in winter. Therefore, this must be a female. Thanks, Mr. Trivia. Attorneys. Oh, I like lollipops, but I'm no sucker. They don't teach you about reindeer in law school, detective. This is quite the trophy. Awarded to Tangerow. First place, International Confectioners Associate Annual Spectacular. It's made of candy. Guess it wasn't meant to last forever. Makes sense. Prizes, fame, none of it lasts forever, right? I doubt it's anything quite that deep. Where does this elevator go? The second floor. Tangerow and Bound live up there. Sounds like they live a pretty charmed life. Tea parties, candy making, that kind of thing. They even have a garden. Must be nice on a sunny day. That does sound nice. Perhaps they'll invite us when this is all over. You'd come, wouldn't you, detective? Don't get ahead of yourself now. I'm not in the habit of palling around with attorneys. These trophies all belong to Mr. Tangerow, but they're not all for confectionery contests. Some appear to be for charity work. Testament to both his character and his professional achievements. Huh? What's this one here? In recognition of Bacon Bop's long-standing achievement in making children's dreams come true. That's so sweet. It's got me wanting to watch it. Sucker, I just met her. Things move fast these days. Scone's dream is through there. It's marked by a snowman. A candy snowman, by the look of it. Oh yeah? Well, I'll be. He's really sizing it up. He isn't thinking of making that into his next lollipop, is he? It's a Christmas tree made of candy. These candy statues have everybody on edge. If ants get in here, that's our scene ruined. Yes, it would be pretty disastrous, I suppose. There's a lyre here, and some maracas designed to look like ice cream cones. so well made that it's hard to tell what's candy and what's not just by looking. I'd reach out and touch them, but then I'd be disturbing the crime scene. Hands off. I already checked them out. They're real. Checked them out? How exactly? Did you manhandle via vital evidence, detective? I didn't touch them. Not with my hands, at least. Did he? Never mind. I don't want to picture it. Talk to Bound. Miss Bound, we're here to continue our investigation. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm so sorry about earlier. She's still looking kind of down in the dumps, Mr. E. She must have been greatly taken aback by what Mr. Tangoro had to say. I found the photograph of the semi-file entries for you. Here, it's all yours. Wow, Miss Scone sure knows how to make a cute cake. Yes, Samson loved her design for that one. And he loved the designs of the flavors of Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entries too. Only problem was, as Samson mentioned earlier, they tasted exactly the same. However, their respective entries for the final tasted nothing alike, it seemed. Is there anything else of note that changed between the semi-final and the final? Nothing major, but I guess there was one thing. Mr. Gusto's son was always here with him throughout the contest, but he was nowhere to be seen during the final. Why would his son come and hang out at a contest venue of all places? You're sure you're happy for us to keep hold of this? Of course. I hope it helps with your investigation. Oh, and I also have the book containing the recipe for the cure Samson mentioned. We've seen this book before. It was in the chocolate frame in Tangoro's room. That's right, he put it on display there so that everybody could see the grand prize. What? The cure is in the ultimate cookbook? So it's not a book of dessert recipes, I take it? Oh no, we told the contestants, of course, but I guess nobody told you yet. So the contestants all knew about the ultimate cookbook was this whole time. Containing formulas for creating a cure for taste disorders and other chemical and pharmaceutical items. Huh. I'd like to hear more about this cookbook if you don't mind, Miss Bound. That's an interesting badge, Mr. Edgeworth. Does it mean something? Yes, it means that I'm an attorney. It's for easy identification purposes that I wear it. I see. I guess that must be quite useful. Perhaps there should be a confectioner's badge too. Or a murderer's badge. I'm sure that would save you a lot of trouble. Well, they don't get badges, but they do get bracelets. So it's a drug cookbook, essentially. I was hoping to ask your opinion on this, Miss Bound. The hunt is on. The truth will come out. But I don't know what that's about. Bing! I guess we're going to find out. I still can't believe that Artie Frost and Polly Halleck were the same person. Tell me, can you prove that you didn't know? I suppose that would be quite difficult. But why would I need to? Forgive me, I suppose you don't. I've got to stop doing that to people. Too much work on the brain is what that is. This is. Anything to add? I can't apologize enough. Not only did I melt Mr. Frost's work, but I even lied about it. I wouldn't worry about it, Miss Bound. Who among us hasn't lied at one time or another? And as long as there are people like me, those lies won't go undiscovered. Mr. Edgeworth, you look so very serious all of a sudden. It's a little frightening, I must say. Those who would cover up the heinous crimes of murder with lies are the truly frightening ones. So true. Oh, you simply must do whatever you can to uncover their dastardly lies and bring them justice. You can count on me, Miss Bound. Ah, the brute force method of investigation. Yes. Shoving shit in her face until she responds with something. It's just fun to see, like, some of the investigation. Like, or see some of their responses to whatever I show them. Ultimate Cookbook. But if I understand correctly, the Ultimate Cookbook is actually a collection of recipes for different medicines. Exactly, or rather totally new medications that haven't been made it to the market yet, to be precise. To the right buyer, a pharmaceutical company, for example, it would be worth a fortune. But I make that the grand prize in a confectionery contest. Mr. Tangerow is the sole heir of the Tangerow family fortune. Perhaps you've heard of the Tangerow Group? The Tangerow Group? Yeah, I think I've heard of them somewhere before. It's a major pharmaceutical corporation. Sells all kinds of pills and poisons. Oh yeah, that new Cold Killer Pro has been making some real waves since it went on sale. I always reach for a cold killer when I'm feeling under the weather. Which is never as far as I've seen. I'd like to hear more about the Tangerow Group if you don't mind. So did Mr. Tangerow not want to take over for his parents and go into the family business? No, he preferred the idea of making people's lives better through the power of confectionery. And his parents supported him in his quest to become the best in the world. And then, when they passed away, he inherited the cookbook. But why would he make such a valuable heirloom a mere contest prize? He's been hounded by so many people looking to make that book their own. He was tired of it. But it would have been an insult to his parents' memory simply to give it away. So he decided to find somebody he felt was worthy of it. I'll bet the board of directors loved that, handing over the fruits of all their expensive research to someone else. They hated the idea, of course, which is why Delicia entered the contest. The Tangerow Group wanted her to win the book back for them. So you knew she was a pharmacist all along? Oh, wait. Yes, and not only that, I told her how to appeal to Samson's taste. I tried to help her win. But why? I wanted to protect Samson by protecting the Tangerow Group. If that cookbook fell into another company's hand, the board would never forgive him. So I wanted to find a way to keep it with the company, but in a way that Samson couldn't object it. So that's how Miss Scone managed to make it so far in a contest she had no business taking part in. But Miss Scone wasn't the only one pretending, was she? Mr. Frost wasn't really a confectioner either. He still made it all the way to the final, just like she did. Not bad. Yes, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Such a talented sculptor and a gifted crafter of desserts too. Gifted indeed, judging by the standard of his work in the final. How did one man produce a piece of that size and quality in such a short period of time? Not sure I have much more to tell you, but if there's anything else I could help you with, I'd be happy to, of course. She's certainly very keen to ensure that she does all she can for Mr. Tangerow. I could certainly use a cup of tea you made us yesterday, if you wouldn't mind. I think that might help move the investigation along nicely. Oh, I'll have some too. Your tea is to die for, Miss Bound. Well, how could I possibly refuse? I'll bring it right out. You know, I think that cheered her up a little. We learned a little more about the contest participants, but there's still one question involving Mr. Gusto for which we've never got an answer. Nothing at all, Mr. Gusto? You went to Mr. Frost's room, didn't you? Perhaps you could tell us why? Sure, I was. Silence. You are not to give the attorney even the tiniest shred of information. What was he doing in Mr. Frost's room? And that's not all. I also have questions about the work he submitted for his semifinals. A confectioner who admits it to lacking design sense, and a sculptor with it in spades. Mr. Gusto could have not hoped to win such a high-level contest by himself, which is why I'm beginning to wonder if there was some sort of connection between him and Mr. Frost. Detective, I need to ask Mr. Gusto a few more questions. His story still doesn't add up for me. Me either. We need to figure out how to get in touch with him. Oh, it's you now. It's him! Good luck with that, because I have no intention of allowing it. Mr. Von Karma, I am already in the midst of my own investigation into Gusto, so there is no need for the likes of you to pester him with the same questions again. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I will, however, be happy to answer any questions you might have. He seems dead set on preventing me from talking to Mr. Gusto, in which case, fine. But allow me to take you up on your offer. Very well. What is it? I'd like you to tell me about the connection between Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost. Gusto and Frost's connection. The connection between Gusto and Frost? It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest. That's it? That's all? Huh. That's all I have to say to you. What? That doesn't help us at all. We'll have to confront him with evidence if we want to draw the truth out of him. It's imperative that we do. He's clearly hiding something. Literally just 2 statements. That's crazy.
Hold it!
Yes, there must have been a connection of some kind. And if you would cease your baseless interruptions, I will happily tell you what it is. Huh. If this were a courtroom, I would have you removed for contempt. Isn't that solely the judge's purview? Yeah, a Judge Von Karma would probably have him dancing to his tune. What? Even judges are scared of him? It won't be an easy trial, that's for sure. Please, Mr. Von Karma, continue. It was simply a matter of coincidence. They both happened to be taking part in the same contest. Granted, it may have simply been a coincidence that they both entered the same competition, but that doesn't rule out a connection of some kind between the two of them. I do hate to repeat myself, but if you do not have any pertinent evidence, then kindly keep your mouth shut. Guess I'll just do as he says for now. At least until I find the evidence that proves Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's connection. Still, the look in your eyes speaks volumes. Well, go on then. What are you trying to say? Make up your mind, will you? Should I keep my mouth shut up or not? Seems Mr. Von Karma is keen to keeping us away from the truth. Which means the truth must be inconvenient to him somehow, right? Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost had something in common. You just need to present the thing they shared to Mr. Von Karma.
Objection!
I wonder if you could look at the 2 confections in the foreground for me, Mr. Von Karma. They were made for the contest semifinals. Both are quite exquisitely crafted, wouldn't you agree? Get to the point. As the nameplate suggests, these were Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost's entry. Mr. Gusto told us that confectionery design was far from his strong suit, and yet his work in the picture is just as good as Mr. Frost's. Exactly as good, in fact. We learned from another witness that their 2 entries also tasted exactly the same. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that they were helping one another out. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Oh, while at first glance, the 2 may appear to be superficially different, it soon becomes apparent that there are significantly similarities in how they were put together. They are made of the same ingredients, taste the same, and share a similar design aesthetic. This picture is proof positive that the 2 were working together. If you figured out that much, I suppose there's a little point in denying it. Mr. Von Karma knew all along that they were cooperating, but I'll warn you, none of what you're about to hear will be to your advantage. Gusto and Frost's real connection. Let me confirm what you seem so desperate to prove. Gusto and Frost were indeed working together. Gusto spelled out the details of his relationship to Frost during his questioning last night. It seems they were helping one another right up until the day before the final. So, you knew that the 2 were cooperating. Mr. Von Karma, why are you trying to bury the truth? Please, enough with the petty slander. I merely wanted to avoid you poking your nose around before I could provide proper context in court. It simply slipped my mind to explain that to you. It doesn't explain why he's being so slippery with the facts, though. I need to figure out what it is he's hiding. I can't let things end here. Like this, I mean.
Hold it!
So you did know that there was a connection between the 2. Why were you trying to hide it? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I don't just hand out information like candy, and certainly not to the defense. Not like that lollipop nursing fool of a detective over there. You do things your way, and I'll do them mine. Huh. And you wonder why I refuse to share information with a traitor like you. Gusto spelled out details, okay.
Hold it!
Last night, after Mr. Frost's work melted, correct? Yes, I interviewed Gusto personally. Yeesh. One-on-one with Mr. Von Karma must have been terrifying. I imagine Mr. Gusto probably mediated his way Or meditated? Oh, meditated his way through the difficult parts. He most certainly did not. Every time he closed his eyes, I brought him back with an almighty snap. No one dares to plead the fifth with me. Did that even work on him? And that is how I was able to perfectly learn every last detail of Gusto and Frost's relationship. It seems they were helping one another. Okay.
Hold it.
But why were they cooperating? Gusto's sense of design is subpar and Frost was an amateur confectioner at best. Neither of them stood the chance of making it through the contest alone. So what was their endgame? Why cooperate only until the day before the finals? Gusto claims to have ended the scheme. Allegedly, he wanted to win the final on his own merits. His one and only goal really was to be crowned the world's best confectioner, and his pride would not allow him to do so with the help of another. Cheaters can only ever win hollow victories, I guess. I'm under the impression that their collaboration had only lasted through the semifinals, but I'm starting to think it might have lasted through the final itself. Mr. Von Karma, I'd like to ask you some more about how long they worked together for, if you don't mind. Huh, if you must.
Hold it.
Before you ask, I'm not objecting to your characterization of Mr. Gusto's design sense. Yeah, he admitted himself that he isn't all that great. He made what he alleged to be a likeness of me. Huh. Just thinking of the abomination he came out with turns my stomach. Yeah, I kind of like the guy's work. An artistically rich amateur and an artistically impoverished professional. In a way, it was inevitable that they would wind up working together. The two cooperated until the day before the final, then decided to compete in their own ways. Really believe that they were cooperating until the day before finals and then they just simply stopped? It seems a little strange to me, wouldn't you agree? I have told you the truth. Whether you find it strange or not is none of my concern. He was concerned enough to try to hide it from me only a few minutes ago though, which means there must be a reason for that. Based on Mr. Tangoro's assessment, it sounded as if Mr. Frost's entry for the final was the clear winner. Which means he must have still been working with Mr. Gusto, right? That's precisely what I was thinking. Must have some evidence that proves that they were cooperating right up to the finals. Yeah, she took these pictures. And this was the picture of the semifinals. Apparently the liar was salty.
Objection.
Okay, it wasn't it. Okay. I didn't think it would. I'm lower than dirt. That's Frost. Well, yeah, we don't have a picture of Gusto's final work. This is the semi-final work. But we don't know what Gusto's technically tasted like.
Objection.
Okay, it was like on this. I was like, maybe it's on this statement and not the other one. They weren't working together during the finals. I find that a little hard to believe. Miss Scone is on record as having described Mr. Frost's creations as scrumptious. While he was certainly skilled, I doubt even he could have become a world-class confectioner overnight. It seems far more likely to me that he and Mr. Gusto were still cooperating during the final. How many times must I explain this to you? Assertions require proof, and one person's entire subjective statement is not proof of anything. Besides, even amateurs can occasionally make delicious food. Perhaps Frost was simply lucky. My wife, for example, is an amateur whose cooking puts first-class chefs to shame. Was that like a compliment or an insult to your wife? How is that not an entirely subjective statement? Furthermore, you are ignoring another crucial part of the pharmacist's testimony, namely that she also described some of Frost's work as having been unbearably salty. In other words, your evidence actually shows that Frost failed to produce the perfect confectionery. Ugh. Tisk, tisk, tisk. No more objections, I take it? There must be some way I can prove that Gusto and Frost were still collaborating. Mr. E? There's something that's been on my mind. Yes? What is it, Eddie? Mr. Frost's entry for the finals. Wouldn't it have been taken a while to make? Would imagine so. Making flavored water, freezing it all, and then carving 2 whole sculptures? Could he really have done all that and helped Mr. Gusto win his work? If it was me, I'd have barely gotten as far as setting the flavored water up to freeze part. Just can't see how Mr. Frost could have pulled it off. Perhaps there's some lawyery instinct in you after all, Eddie. Your pondering certainly points to another possibility. Eddie's right. Mr. Frost would have needed to freeze his own large blocks of flavored ice to create his art, and there wouldn't have been time to do that during the contest itself. So what must Mr. Frost have done in order to finish his flavored ice entry with the time limit? Make the ice the day before the final, make the ice the day of the final, make it out of something else entirely. Amateur meaning not trained, but he still likes her cooking more than those who were. I see. At least Von Karma, I guess, loves his wife, question mark. I hate video games? Why? What happened? He either said it was still edible. Make the ice the day before the final, probably. He must have made the flavored ice the day before. Then all he would have had to do is sculpt it. What are you muttering about now? Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized something. That's all. I realized that you were correct. What? Mr. E? I hope you know what you're doing. Oh? Accepting defeat at last, are we? Heh. The only thing I'm accepting is that perhaps one of the things you said was true. They were helping one another right up until the day before the final. As you said, the day before the final really did mark the end of their collaboration. Mr. Frost's entry was carved entirely from blocks of flavored ice. Ice which would have needed at least a day to freeze, and whose flavor would therefore have already been prepared by Mr. Gusto. Yes, which lines up perfectly with what Gusto told me, that he helped Frost until the day before the final. In that case, why didn't Mr. Frost reciprocate and help Mr. Gusto in return? I can hardly be expected to read the minds of the dead.
Objection!
Perhaps not, but I imagine Mr. Gusto could tell us, so why don't you let us speak with him? Or do you still insist your interrogation was as thorough as you claim? How dare you call my methods into question? That's not my intention. I just don't understand why you would obstruct a perfectly valid line of inquiry. Give me one good reason as to why you're keeping Mr. Gusto from me. Huh. One good reason? Certainly. The how and why of Frost and Gusto's collaboration have absolutely no bearing on this case. Video games suck. What? I don't think there's any proof of Ms. Von Karma exists, like Columbo's wife. Maybe Franziska's a female clone of him, like Cammy from Street Fighter. He just made her up in his head. How can you possibly say that with any certainty? If their relationship had broken down for some reason, that could very well have been the motive behind this murder. Could it indeed? Then why did Gusto himself tell me all about it? Why did the man you seemed so keen on accusing share the details of his collaboration with the prosecution? Please tell me you have some proof to back up your preposterous suspicions this time. Mr. Gusto only acted suspiciously one time that we know of, and I imagine Mr. Von Karma is aware of exactly that suspicious action was, which means this is probably a trap. Huh. Well, cat got your tongue. But even if this is a trap, can't back down now. Mr. Gusto snuck into Mr. Frost's room, and we still don't know why. That fact alone is a reason enough to suspect him. Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's your only concern. Then allow me to clear it up for you. I knew it. It was a trap. I was saving this for the trial, but consider it a taste of things to come. Plus, I'd hate for the proceedings to drag on because of your needless interjections. Here, take a look at this. That's Gusto and Frost, and their sons. They don't look like they like each other. Gusto snuck into Frost's room in order to retrieve this photograph. But why? It seems their sons attended the same elementary school. Gusto was concerned that the fact of Mr. Frost and his acquaintance might place him under undue suspicion. But why would he? Okay, a concern that you have just proved was entirely well-founded. Gusto's action makes perfect sense, and you have given me no reason to believe otherwise. I'm still confused, but you hate video games now? My god, Wordy, no. Wordy is retiring from video gaming. He's never going to let me talk to Mr. Gusto. Now, if you are quite done obstructing my investigation, I have things to be getting on with. That smug, self-righteous jerk. I'll give him something to be getting on with. What do we do, Mr. E? Mr. Tangaro's finished if we can't figure something out. Things to be getting on with. What exactly could those things be? He has a body, a murder weapon, and a suspect in custody. But the prosecution means to pursue Mr. Tangaro. Surely they have all they need. So why is Mr. Von Karma still investigating the scene of the crime? Something on your mind, Mr. E? We're missing something. Something important. Mr. Von Karma has everything he needs to proceed with the prosecution of Mr. Tangaro, and yet he still doesn't seem entirely confident on his case. If he was, why refuse to share information with Detective Bad? Who else? Haven't seen the autopsy report yet either. Guy's probably got a hand in that too. 24-hour post-murder and there's still no autopsy report. It's so over. What about Digimon racing, Wordy? What about that? In addition, we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened, the evidence that went missing. Take another look at the scene in front of us, Detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing. None of the victim's blood was found in Tangaro's room. Imagine all the ink he's in just don't worry, it's edible ink. You're right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they'd removed the blood along with the body. Evidence that turned up not into Mr. Tangaro's room, but in a most unusual place. It's a match. The blood in the fountain is Frost's. So there were no traces of Mr. Frost's blood left in Mr. Tangaro's room. And some in the fountain instead. Why? Mr. Frost's blood went missing from the crime scene, but traces of it showed up in the fountain. Why go to the trouble of removing the blood from the scene after the body had been discovered? And why only the body? Surely the body would have also been in the way? Wait, could someone have moved the body aside to get to the blood? The body might have been moved aside, or even removed from the scene of the crime entirely. After all, as far as we know, there's still no autopsy report. We've learned plenty about the murder weapon and the suspect, but very little about the body itself. Our assumption thus far has been the body that has been recovered by the forensics team. What if that assumption is false? What if Mr. Von Karma wouldn't show Detective Bad the autopsy report out of something other than spite? What if we've been thinking about this the wrong way around all along? The question isn't why did Mr. Von Karma hold back the information about the body, it's did Mr. Von Karma even have any information about the body in the first place? How do things look from that angle? Perhaps the body hadn't been removed by the police in order to carry out an autopsy. Perhaps it had already been removed and hidden away by the culprit before their arrival. Mr. E? We've both heard the rumors about Mr. Von Karma's questionable methods, fabricated witness statements, shady deals, forged evidence even. Sure, everybody's heard of that stuff, but what's that got to do with us right now? I would never judge a person on the basis of rumors alone. Even Mr. Von Karma, I've tried my best not to let my preconceptions color our interactions with him. Nonetheless, it appears he may indeed be willing to twist the truth to his own ends. Twist the truth? You mean he's been playing dirty? I fear he might have been, and still is. And I'm not about to let him get away with it. I'm returning to the prosecutor's office. Don't breathe a word about anything to that infernal attorney. He's like right there. Yes, sir.
Hold it!
Yes. What is it now? I have a few questions, Mr. Von Karma, about a certain fact you've been keeping from us. Really? You mean to call the methods of an official sanctioned investigation into question yet again? I'm warning you, if you obstruct the police and their work any further, there will be consequences. It's not the police I have an issue with, Mr. Von Karma. It's you. What? Isn't it on the prosecution to work out who the real culprit of a crime is? Huh. What foolishness is this? I have no intention of debating what the prosecution's role is or is not with the likes of you. But let me make one thing clear. My job is to identify suspects and ensure that every last one of them is convicted at all costs. Believe me when I say I leave absolutely no room for doubt when I present my perfect, unassailable cases.
Objection!
Unassailable? Whatever. And how far would you go for your perfect cases? Would you create facts out of whole cloth, perhaps? Ha! And I thought you had outdone yourself already. And now you intend to accuse me of fabricating evidence? I do. Because it is why you've done nothing but hinder Detective Bad from doing his job at every turn. I feel like they probably tweaked a bit of, like, what led to Gregory's murder, because I feel like this forged evidence part did not happen until the trial. I'll have to look it up. Like, you know, like they talk about it, you know, you don't know really what happens during the case, but they don't really talk about it. I don't know. I was fighting a very frustrating Hollow Knight boss and now I hate video games. Oh no. Because it is why you've done nothing but hinder Detective Bad from doing his job at every turn. What are you talking about? You didn't shut him out of the investigation because you wanted him to keep an eye on us. You did it to stop him from finding out what you don't that you don't have the body. What? He doesn't have the body? Ridiculous. You're clutching at straws. I will tolerate no more of your preposterous slander. Then allow us to examine it. Alright, really quick. I need a snack. Another snack. BRB. Alright. We're getting to the good music. Alright. And allow us to examine it. Oh, wait, am I clicked on the game? Prove me wrong if you can. Tisk. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder than that. I'm under no obligation whatsoever to prove your baseless accusations, my bad, one way or another.
Objection.
As you must have seen for yourself, a piece of bloody chocolate is missing from the scene of the crime. Why did it disappear? And where did it go? What does it matter? Some blood went missing from the chest where the body was found, so what? No, that's pretty damn important, dude. So what indeed? That's precisely my question. The body was still at the scene when the police got here. Removing the blood would accomplish nothing. However, let us suppose for a moment that the body was not. If someone had wanted to erase any traces of what had happened in that room, then it all makes perfect sense. What was his petty obsession with the bloodstain? But since it's so important to you, why don't you tell me where you believe it went? Of course. After all, evidence is everything, as you never tired of telling us. I believe this should back up my theory quite nicely.
Take that.
In the fountain. Traces of the victim's blood were found in the fountain. And chocolate. Along with traces of chocolate from Mr. Tangaro's room. I believe the missing piece of blood-stained chocolate was dumped into the stream that flows to the fountain. It strongly points towards one certain fact. Someone purposely disposed of the blood after the body had been removed from the chest. Ugh. Mr. Von Karma, where did you find the body? You didn't find it, did you? Answer me. Where did you get your hands on that kind of evidence? You have neither the authority nor the means to carry that kind of analysis on the fountain water. No, but I do. Curse you, bad. You've been a thorn in my side from the moment you were assigned. For now, you're officially off the case. I was barely on it in the first place. Mr. Von Karma, you still haven't answered my question. Will you admit it? Will you confirm that no body was ever recovered? You would never do that. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's really quite the claim, you know. One that you'll never find any proof for, I'm afraid. What must I do to get an answer out of him? Now, if you don't mind, I've given you quite enough of my precious time already. Look forward to destroying you in court, Gregory Edgeworth. Your precious logic and theories won't save you then, nothing will. Mark my words, Mr. Von Karma, your methods will be your undoing. No matter how you try hiding the truth, bring it all to light in the end. They do have the goofiest justice system. Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you in a difficult position. I kind of want to look up. Oh, I want to see. I just want to see. I'm only reading what happened in the incident from Ace Attorney 3 or 1. My bad. Oh, my microphone went out. No, I wanted to see, if they, if in the first game, if they, like, mention anything about the case, but they really don't. Of, like, it was just, like, it was, like, after the thing, after the trial, and I think it was, like, a retrial that he wanted to get for his client. And he got a penalty, that's right. Von Karma did, I mean. Okay. I was just reading, like, the DL6 incident, but it doesn't really, like, explain anything. He just says that anyway. Edgeworth has a lot of trauma. That's what it was always going to end this way. Honestly, nobody's ever sidelined me in the way he did before. First time for everything, huh? You know, I think you might be right about the body being missing. I am, and I'll prove it in court. Well, if there's anything I can do to help, just say the word. And you know, I'm off the case now. That's very kind, and I'm sorry to keep asking favors of you, Detective Bad. There's one more thing. Hey, what are you guys whispering about? Come on, let me in on the secret. Alright, Eddie. The detective and I were just arranging a little insurance for the trial. I think we have enough to see Mr. Tangerow acquitted, but I'd prefer to have an ace in the hole, just in case. Okay, yes, I remember he had an ace up his sleeve, and that's what pissed off on Karma, I think. And what is that? We'll find out in the courtroom. Wait, what? You're letting me join you? Of course I am. You are my assistant after all. Okay, well, I wasn't in the elevator when Gregory got killed. Ah, I'll be more than by next year. I'll be a full-fledged attorney, you know. We could take on Mr. Von Karma together. Indeed. So I'm hoping we'll have freed Mr. Tangerow by then. But if we were up against Mr. Von Karma, I guess we can't rule out the possibility that this might take some time. Right, but we'll do everything we can in the meantime. I know you can beat Mr. Von Karma, Mr. E. I believe in you. Can't allow Mr. Tangerow to remain in prison for a crime he didn't commit. And we won't. I'll expose Mr. Von Karma's lies. If it's the last thing I do. And it was indeed the last thing you did. Oh, we're back here, right? Dead body, right? There was another dead body. April 2nd, 2:10 p.m., Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. And that's pretty much how things went down. Those are the facts of the IS-7 as far as I'm concerned. I'm finally learning the truth about my father's last case. So what happened at the trial? Well, we lost. Von Karma did a real number on us. Really? You couldn't prove that Mr. Tangerow was innocent? We could prove it alright. And a decent little pile of evidence in our favor. Problem was, we underestimated Von Karma. He fought even dirtier than we feared. You can imagine, secure a conviction at all costs. That was always his guiding principle. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Anywho, the trial dragged on and on. Hopefully it took about a year in the end. I'll never forget the day the verdict came down. December 28th that following year. It's April now, so, oh, mama, we're talking over 17 years ago. I'm sure just fly, huh? December 28th. I was there that day 17 years ago, sitting in the courtroom gallery. Okay, so they do reaccount it. I was just reading up my own reaccount. the one from the first game. But they don't really go into detail about anything, so I guess now we get the full deets. Just before the trial got started, Gregory noticed that Samson was looking even worse than usual. Turns out the poor guy had finally reached his limit. So bad. Even said he wanted to be found guilty. Wait, you mean they forced a confession out of him? Yeah, Von Karma got what he'd been pushing for from the very beginning. And when Gregory tried to drop the bombshell about there being no body to speak of, he learned that Von Karma had used the power of the police to head him off at the pass. Even had himself a fake autopsy report. That wasn't the end of it. Von Karma had gotten Samson to falsely testify against himself for being an accessory to the murder in court. Combined with his confession, the poor guy's goose was well and truly cooked. But Gregory saw an ace in the hole, though. The same ace he asked Detective Bad to help him with. Exactamundo. He knew he needed one last card to play if they squeezed a confession out of Samson. He had Bad record all Samson's interrogations. I guess Detective Bad was really Really wanted to know the truth too, huh? We all did. He was a trooper. Stayed with the case even after Von Karma took him off of it. He was tied up in some other big case too. But all bad. They don't make him like they used to, like the Anyway, Gregory presented the recordings as proof that Samson's confession was coerced. And you know that what? It almost worked. A cop named Ian Seidman got fired. Samson's interrogator and the initial detective before bad. He took the fall for pretty much the whole thing. But Von Karma didn't get away scot-free. In fact, he was disciplined by the chief prosecutor for the one and only time in his 40-year career. Still, Samson himself couldn't stomach another day in court, so when the guilty verdict came down, it didn't just signal the end of that day, but the whole sad affair. I don't remember a lot myself, but my father's face when they declared Mr. Tangaro's guilt. I was a young child at the time, but even I could tell how much he was hurting inside. Gregory wanted to appeal the ruling. Of course, he would have done anything to clear Samson's name, but then, well, you know what happened next. Poor guy, he never got the chance. Oh wow, they're even using like the actual old picture from the first game, I think. I should have left with him that day. I'll always blame myself for not doing that. But I shoved that aside and obsessed over something else instead. Or rather, someone else. I hated what you did. Hated you for choosing to stick with Von Karma. He didn't know! I hope you can forgive me. No. You had every right to hate me. I went on to become a prosecutor as planned, and that's when Mr. Von Karma showed me this case file. According to these records, Mr. Tangaro was convicted as the main culprit in Mr. Frost's murder. Nope. That's not right. Samson was convicted as an accessory to murder. Strange. The file clearly states that he was the perpetrator. Plus, I'm fairly certain that all of Mr. Von Karma's cases were successfully solved. Oh, Miles. Also, where the fuck did you pull this out from, Edgeworth? Were you like carrying them the whole time? Mind if I take a peek at those? This file's been doctored. The part about the verdict, it's been changed. What? Here, feast your peepers on this. What? They just convicted as a accomplice? Organizer of the confectionery contest, victim's body was found inside one of his creations, leading to his arrest. While in detention, Tangaro discovered that he had a taste disorder, which subsequently cured via medication. Verdict: convicted was accomplice based on his Why are they just carrying this shit around with them? That's a copy of the file they had on record at the courthouse. Out of his ass. Then why is my copy so different? Well, you said it came from Von Karma, yeah? My guess is he didn't want Gregory's son thinking there was a murderer out there still at large. Didn't want you looking into it again before the statute of limitations was up. So everything I believed about the case, a lie? Like I say, we all gotta start somewhere. What's important is that you know what's what. Now. The statute of limitations may have run out, but the truth's still out there, you know. That's EDC for Fender. EDC? I inherited Samson's case when your old man passed. Prosecution handed it off to someone else, too. Great Von Karma wasn't gonna bother facing off against a rookie like me, was he? Anyway, long story short, the killer was never found. And Samson was found guilty instead. It's terrible. Is there really nothing we can do to help him? Not without a real perp, I'm afraid. Until then, his confession stands. Everyday carry, I see. Speaking of which, I didn't find out until after the verdict had been handed down, but Von Karma had threatened Samson and made him a deal. Well, no, if he didn't confess, he'd make sure Judy was convicted instead. Oh. Sorry, munching on my chippies. How could he? Samson knew that there was no way Judy could have done it, of course. But he wasn't going to take any chances, so he did what he was told and confessed to keep her safe. Now riddle me this, Milesy boy. Why do you think your Uncle Eddie just happened to be in prison the day Bronco Knight died? Happened to be in the I was like, wait, you were arrested? Wait, hold on. Oh, that's right. You were there to see Mr. Tangerow. Bingo. Judy and I both promised we'd visit him every day. I didn't quite keep that promise, but Judy did. She never missed one visit in all these years. Come rain or shine, she always shows up. But none of that changes the fact that Samson is still being unduly punished day after day. At least they didn't, like, kill him. Like, put him on, like, the electric chair or some shit. How heartbreaking. We've got to do something, Mr. Fender. Well, kiddo, that's actually why we came here. The ice sculptures are back on display, just like they were all those years ago. And we're going to see what they can find out, right, Miles Areno? I'm a prosecutor, Fender. I don't look at these things in the same way as you or my father, Miles. But that doesn't matter right now. Speaking not as a prosecutor, but as Miles Edgeworth. I want to know the truth behind both these cases, and I'm not leaving until I do. You really are old Gregory's son. Through and through. Alrighty then. Now that that's sorted, we can really get to work. Good thing I brought this IS-7 case file and evidence with me today, huh? Like... Why does he have this with him? Why? He was just waiting. Welcome back, too cute. Everyday carry. But why? But why? Here, documents first. Who doesn't love paperwork, am I right? Pirates in red ink are my annotations. Thank you, Fender. Oh. Expired 3 years ago on December 24th. It is, yeah. And here's some evidence for you. Enjoy! There's quite a few, so I'd take a minute to scope them out if I were you. Small mountain of evidence from the S7 incident received from Fender. Yes, I see. Take a look at them in a bit. Okay. Ow. You know, current case is full of loose threads, too. Come to think of it. Indeed. Key players of that incident 18 years ago who just happened to get caught up in another incident. Ice sculptures in the Winter Wing are perfect replicas of the ones from 18 years ago. Poison gas attack in the Autumn Wing, which has been disguised to look like the Winter Wing. 2 chemicals that were found inside the Pisces statue display case. Ubiquium and asphyxion, and that form of poisonous gas when mixed together. The victim of the gas attack, Carmelo Gusto, who is no stranger to the events of 18 years ago, who is still unconscious and undergoing treatment in the medical room. Not a hospital. And finally, we come to the body floating face down in the fountain. I wonder if that's, what's his dick's name? Artie. But that'd be crazy if they preserved a body for freaking that long. But maybe it was preserved in the ice. Just my only guess. And the fact that the ice sculptures have melted just as they did all those years ago. Evidence of the present day would appear to be ultimately linked with the events of the past. Which means they're able to help us learn more about what happened. I'm so smart, thanks. I know I'm so smart. Means they may be able to help us learn more about what happened 18 years ago. Sounds good to me. Let's get investigating. Oh no. I forgot you existed. Fucking clownery music. I'm gonna eat my chips in peace, man. Hold on. I have like a little crumbs left I'm trying to eat. Oh no you don't. Aren't you forgetting somebody? I could have sworn this was my investigation. Eustace is quite right. I do hope you aren't intending to obstruct him in his duties, Mr. Edgeworth. He was investigating the gas, not the body. I would hate to have it add a guilty to my report to the committee. What am I guilty of now? Of course not. I am simply offering once again to do what I can to help with this investigation. Your offer is duly noted and duly declined. Oof, she isn't pulling any punches. And the identity of the body from the found is currently being ascertained. It's only a matter of time until we have all the information we need. Perhaps I can help you speed that process along. I think I have an idea of who our mystery victim might be. What? Really? Then you have to tell me it's the law. It's the law. Very well. You think you get what's going on with the case? Maybe it isn't just the ice sculpture have resurfaced after 18 years. Body in the fountain may also be a visitor from the past.
Take that!
I believe the body in the fountain is that of the man who was murdered here 18 years ago. Mr. Artie Frost. What? You're saying that was poor Chillywinks? Wait. Who the heck is Chillywinks or Artie or whoever it is you're talking about? Artie Frost was a famous sculptor, Eustace, although he was better known as Paul Halleck. The sculptures on display here are all his works. No way. Sounds like he did well for himself. Always good to encounter a fellow winner. Mr. Frost was also the victim in the IS-7 incident. Judge Gavel knows about the IS-7 incident. Mr. Edgeworth, the IS-7 incident is an 18-year-old case, and according to the police records, the victim's body was recovered and an autopsy duly carried out. Sure, that's what the records say. The records can't always be trusted. What are you insinuating? That while the records say stuff like body totally recovered, the defense back then begged to differ. Not that it stopped the prosecution from shutting them down hard, of course. Shouldn't you know that his dad was involved with the case? Oh. Yeah, this is Winter. Huh? What? Really? What is it, Eustace? The body. We've got an ID. Some sculptor called Frost or something? So I guess Edgeworth called it? Look at that. We doing some murder solving? We are. Hello, Gypsy. That's the job of the attorney in the Ace Attorney world. Yeah. Oh. Goddess of Justice. So my father's deductions were right all along. Oof. Oof. Well, Judge Gabel, I'd say this changes things, don't you? Wouldn't you? Perhaps now you'll admit that I might be of use to this case more than a certain junior prosecutor anyway? Ugh, no fair, you're trying to steal the win. I'm doing no such thing. All I want to do is uncover the truth. If I were going to get to the bottom of what happened here, we'll need to work together. You do not need to do anything, and you do not need to know the truth. We do not need to do anything, and you do not need to know the truth? That's kind of fucked up. This case is none of your concern. Well there, Judge G. I think you might be wrong about that. Another of your interruptions, Mr. Fender? Yep, see, I was on the defense team for IS-7, but this case is very much my concern. I was one of the pesky kids pushing the theory that the body had actually gone missing. And the prosecutor at the time may have brushed us off, but you can't deny the testimony of your eyes. Or, to put it in a little more bluntly, the prosecution's case was rotten from the ground up. Then there's been a miscarriage of justice caused by the prosecution. It's the committee's job to fix it now. Ugh. And who better to help you unpick the mess than someone who was there at the time? Unless you have an ulterior motive. Oops. Judge Gabal seems to know the facts of the IS-7 incident in some detail. In which case, I suspect she must be here on the committee's behalf. Your connection to the case is noted, Mr. Fender, but I fail to see how it concerns Mr. Edgeworth. He's the son of the original defense attorney, and the protege of the case's lead prosecutor. If that's not enough for you, he was at the trial too. I think it's just possible he might have a little something to bring to the table, don't you? Ugh. Very well, you may both assist in the investigation. But only if you refrain from interfering with the work of others. The winter wing is off limits for now. This room, however, is all yours. Alrighty. Great to hear we're on the same wavelength, G. Why don't we bring it in? To show we're all on the side of justice. Do not test me, Mr. Fender. Your permission to investigate can be revoked at any time. Duly noted, Your Honor. This is a turn-up for the books, huh, Milesy? We get to do our thing after all. Thanks to your immeasurable help as always. Heh, no sweat. Besides, I was mostly doing it for me. Heh. Okay, I'll be investigating my own thing. Just holler if you find something interesting. I will. Well, okay, shall we? Heck yeah, let the investigation commence. We're still unclear on two key facts. How Mr. Frost's body came to be where we found it, and the source of the ubiquium. Right, we need some more intel. Indeed, let's focus on the ubiquium first and foremost. It's used in stuff like dish soap and paint, right? Correct. It's also bright red in color and has a distinctive minty fragrance. Okay, sounds like we know what we're looking for. Yeah. She is pretty, she is quite something. Oh, Larry. I think I will stop here for now. Yeah. I might stream tomorrow. I don't know for sure. If I do, it'll probably be earlier in the day. Let's just stand around like the assholes until somebody does something. Very true. That's what they're good at. What was I gonna say? My brain had a fart. I do not know 110%, but not. Oh, so the next upcoming weekend, the second and the third, I will try to plan the streamiversary for that week. If not, I will plan it more later in May, but I'm hoping maybe next weekend we can do the streamiversary, but I would have to prep for it, and if I decide to do it this weekend, I probably won't stream for the weekdays. I'll do my book club, but the rest of the week I'll probably just prep for it. Yes, thanks for stopping by. We can find somebody to raid. There's a couple people tonight. Looks like Prez and Logna are playing something. It's called Mama's Sleeping Angels. The hell kind of... I can't see the game yet, but it Yes, thank you for stopping by. Hopefully I'll stream something tomorrow, maybe more of this during the day, or we can play something else. But I'll try to prep for the streamiversary when I figure that out. Or maybe I'll just do art tomorrow. We'll see. Alright. Have a good night, y'all. Bye. Oh wait, I didn't fucking send the raid. Oh, hold on. Hold 5 minutes. Whoopsies. Oopsies. Alright, now we'll send you all. Okay. Good night.